Hey, what's going on, yo? Where my headphones at? Oh, what's going on? It's your boy SB. What it do? How's everybody feeling out there today? Got to start it off with the New York tour in the background. You feel me? That's my. I want to go there. I was planning that to be the next vacation, but I don't know if I want to hop on the plane. You feel me? Anyways, what's good? We got my boy Cali Bones. Hold on, let me pull him up here. If y'all hit that like button, you already know what time it is. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Where we at? Be sure swoop where the comments at. All right, my boy Kelly Bones, what it do? What's good, man? How's everybody feeling tonight? I hope everybody's week has been amazing. My week has been. As soon as I go live, the dog want to start. You feel me? He over here stretching, making all type of weird noises he don't ever make until I get on camera. What's good with y'all? Cali Bones, what's good, my guy? That's Cali. He's been a long time supporter of the page. Long time supporter. I've only been on YouTube for like 2 years, but he's been here for a cool minute though. Shout out to Cali Bones. All right, let's see who else we got up in the chat. Oh, Eddie, let me send you the invite. Where's this thing at? Copy. All right, Eddie, I'm gonna need you to click this link, and it's gonna take you to a little backstage thing. Click that link for me, Eddie. All right, so Cali, what it do? Don, what's going on, Don? How you doing? Thank you so much for being tuned in to the live tonight. Good to see you. Oh. All right. Good to see you. Good to see everyone in the building tonight. Like I said, if you haven't yet, be sure to hit that like button. We got a special guest tonight. This is actually him right here, Eddie. He is a learning trainer. He's going to be coming on in about 15 minutes. He's going to be answering some questions. We're going to chop it up, talk about his experience as a learning trainer, all that type of good stuff. So be sure to tune in. He's going to be coming on at 7:15. So shout out to Eddie for coming onto the channel to drop some knowledge on us. Also, if y'all got questions for Eddie, you feel me? He has a gang of knowledge. So this is somebody that we should definitely pick his brain while he's on this live tonight for sure. And he said checking in from Jersey. You got to give the accent. You feel me? Jersey. Did I do it right? Checking in from Jersey. You heard. Shout out to Jersey. Shout out to ACY1 in the building. Let's go. Who else we got in the building? Who else we got in the building tonight? Chris Roberts, what's good with you? Thank you so much for being tuned in to live. Glad to see you in the building. Cali Bone says, shout out to DCX7. Okay. He said, okay. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, we got Dude in the building. What up, Dude? What's good? You out there delivering humans right now or what? Dude, we got Dude is HR. You feel me? We got HR in the building. We got learning in the building. We up in this piece tonight. You feel me? We may have to get Dude to hop on an interview as well. But never mind, dude. I don't know if you should do that. Being in HR, I don't know if that'll work out so swell. But we got Dude in the building. Shout out to Dude. All right, we got Eddie. I see you pop in down there, Eddie. So Eddie, for you, just make sure you got some good lighting, and we'll be good. I'm gonna bring you in. What time is it right now? Got about 10 minutes. All right. Chris says, I'm a problem solver now. I just start my training on Sunday. I'm very excited about it. Shout out to you, Chris. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Congratulations. I definitely think that's a good move. You learn a lot doing problem solve. Problem solve is used in almost all the different departments. So shout out to you for that. Congratulations. Congratulations. Cali Bones says, that's a fact. MG13, what's going on with you, fam? Good to see you. Thank you so much for being tuned into the live tonight. Am I an L4? Yes, I am an L4, but I'm not an L4 manager. Area manager, I am, but I am an L4. I'm an L4 hourly on the corporate side. So, yes, that's a big deal for me. I definitely wanted to hit that L4 in 2 years, but it was a little over 2 years. It was about 2 years and 5 months, something like that. And then I hit my L4. If y'all hear that whining over there, it's my dog. And nothing's wrong with him. He's over here chilling. He literally, he doesn't do that until I start recording. I promise. Shout out to everybody who got dogs out there. I got a Great Dane. Shout out to the Great Danes out there. What, you want to be on the camera or what? You want to be on the camera, Marsh? What's up, Marsh? You good? You good, Marshy? You good? All right. But yes, I am at L4. Shout out to all the L4s. Shout out to all the L1s. You feel me? Shout out to all the problem solvers. Shout out to all the AM. Shout out to all the seniors. Shout out to all the program managers. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to everybody. QDP says HTS3 customer service here to represent. Let's go. All right. That's what's up. Customer service. That's what's up. Uh-oh. Let me see. King of Dreams, what's good, fam? Good to see you in the live. King of Dreams is somebody who's always tuned into the live as well. Do y'all hear that? Silence this whole time, I promise you. Silence. Over there, laid out, chilling. As soon as I hit the live button, he over here singing sad tunes all of a sudden. Once I bring on Eddie, when Eddie does his introduction, you're gonna see me step off the camera for a little bit. Maybe he don't want to go outside. He'll scratch the door. Here we go. Marshall, what's up, Marshy? What you want? What's up, Marshy? You good? You good, Marshy? You want to go outside? He don't know what he wants. He like, yo, you just talking too much for my comfort. Look at him. He about to come on. Don't hit no buttons. All right. King of Dreams says he can't hear the live stream. Left my earbuds. You know I'm at working. Okay. All right, King of Dreams. It's all good, fam. King of Dreams will usually have his little he'll be tuning in with his earbuds in. Okay, hold on. So I think he's trying to get out of his area. He's kind of locked in right now. Y'all give me 1 second. Matter of fact, what time is it? I'm gonna bring Eddie on while I take the dog, let him out this room real quick, and let him introduce himself. And that'll take me like a minute. SB, think you got the laptop mic on. Don't say that. Does it sound like that? Check. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me pretty well? Hold on 1 second. Check. Can you guys hear me pretty well? What am I sounding like? Can you hear me? Hey, Eddie, give me a thumbs up if I sound. Do I sound normal? Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So we are going to get started. Let me bring Eddie in here. Let me see. Boom. Eddie, where you at? There he is. What's going on, Eddie? How you doing? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Eddie? Hey, Eddie, can you hear me? I don't think you can hear me, huh? I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
All right, there we go. How you doing? Can you hear me?
What's going on? I can hear you now. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. Pleasure to meet you.
Hey, we got Eddie. First off, we gotta give a hand to Eddie. You feel me? He has been the live learning trainer for like the last 2-3 months. Anytime there were people out there with questions and information, whenever Eddie was tuned in, he would definitely drop that information for us. So tonight we are going to have Eddie on as our special guest. Eddie is a learning trainer. Okay, I see what you wrote here. He's a learning trainer, and he definitely has a lot of information. So everybody is tuned in. And even for those of you guys who watch after we post this live, still drop your comments in the comment section so Eddie or me can still answer that question. But with somebody having this much knowledge, let's definitely take advantage of it. So I'm going to have Eddie. He's going to do an introduction. Eddie, give me 1 minute. I'm going to let my dog out real quick. I'm going to be right back. But you guys definitely give a shout out to Eddie. Eddie, go ahead and give us an introduction real quick.
Hey, guys. I'm on the East Coast. My name is Eddie. I am at ACY1, which is in West Deptford, New Jersey. It's an absolute honor to be here to talk to you guys, to talk to SB. I've been following for a while now, and it's really nice that Amazonians have this kind of an outlet to talk and discuss things and stuff like that. I started Amazon 2 years ago. It's been quite a journey. I got to say that much. Before Amazon, I was a union drywall taper, and I left the union because they mistreated me. They wouldn't answer my calls, and they wouldn't send me out to work. It was a stab in the back kind of a game. And what's funny is I've made like $41 an hour, and actually I make more money with Amazon because Amazon's like 8 minutes away from my house. Working.
Eddie, you still there? Hey Eddie, we can't hear you. I think your connection went out. Can you guys hear him, or am I just the one tripping? All right, Eddie, if you can, try to find another spot in your house. I think it may be the connection. Not quite sure, but you're like frozen on the screen right now. Not sure if you can even hear me, but if you can, your screen is frozen. See if you can try to find like a connection somewhere in the house. And I think it's the connection right now because you're still frozen. But until you kind of clear up, I'll hop back on, go through these comments. Let me see. Oh, here we go. He popped on another one. Let me see. Okay, somebody said it sounds like I have the laptop mic on. What does it sound like? Is it good? Is it good now? Let me know if it's good, you guys. All right, here we go. I think we got Eddie back. Let's see. All right, so like 3 people said it sounds like the laptop mic is on. Y'all let me know if you can hear, if it sounds like it's through the laptop or does it sound like it's through this? Eddie, you there? Eddie, check. Can you hear us? All right, we're going to wait until Eddie gets some connection. All right, so QDP said it sounds good. If it sounds normal, please let me know because it definitely shouldn't sound like the laptop mic. Do I need to turn it louder? I think I'm loud over here. Check. Appreciate y'all. All right, let me go through these comments. We got sounds good. All right, King of Dreams says, I was looking at a person I was following and they use your song Hard Work Pays Off. Keep grinding with the motivation songs. Just don't make them cringe. All I can do is me. You know what I mean? I don't try to like I don't try anything. I don't try to make it this or try to make it that. I just do what kind of moves me. You know what I mean? And even know because it's so funny. Somebody else, my other homeboy who's from out here in Arizona, he was like, bro, somebody I followed, or somebody tagged him in a post, but he went to it and the post was actually my song. And they were like, I guess somebody replied to the guy who posted it, was like, yo, is there any other type of motivation, clean music out there like this? And they ended up tagging my boy. So it's pretty crazy. Like the music has been spreading. So I want to thank you guys, everybody who's been sharing my songs. Definitely a huge thank you because it's been moving. You feel me? Like it got reels all over the place, all over Facebook and stuff. I definitely appreciate you guys for sure. King of Dreams, thank you. Like I said, I'm definitely going to try not to make, well, actually, like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, there's something, I may make something, you know what? Somebody will probably think is cringe just because I'm not on there cussing and wilding out. You know what I mean? But there's nothing I can really do. I'm always trying to make it slap. You feel me? I'm always trying to have a dope beat. But anything that I do, I don't do it for people. As crazy as that sounds, it's like, I don't ever want to get in the mindset of doing something to please the people because there's thousands of people who have thousands of different opinions. You know what I mean? And I will go crazy trying to like make sure trying to get everyone's approval. You know, like I'm not a person who looks for approval of anybody. You feel me? Like I just do what moves me, and if I like it, I really, you know what I mean? So that's kind of how I move in life in general. But thank you for that encouragement, though, man. I definitely letting me know that is super encouraging, super dope. I appreciate that, man. I'm good looking. Pat the Gamer, what it do, Pat? What's good? Good to see you in the building today, fam. Good to see you. All right, I think we got Eddie back. Eddie, okay, I see his camera moving. Looks like he's back. Okay, real quick. Helio says, appreciate all your videos, SB. Thank you so much. I'm glad you appreciate it. I'm glad they were beneficial to you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, too. I really appreciate it. And glad to see you tuned in on the live tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see if we get Eddie, if he's back. Dude says we sounds good. Thank you so much, dude. Eddie, can you hear us, Eddie?
There we go.
Hey.
Sorry
Catherine
about
said,
that.
sounds good. No, you're good. You're good. And Catherine, thank you so much for being tuned into the live. Definitely appreciate you being here, Catherine. Thank you so much. All right, so we got Eddie back in the building, learning trader. What's good, Eddie? First off, I didn't even know you was on the East Coast. I don't know why. I thought you was in California for some reason. But so you said you're in New Jersey?
Yes.
Hey, nice, nice. I'm not sure on which part your intro started. The connection started losing.
Yeah, man, this keeps going out.
You sounds good right now.
Can you hear me?
You sound great. You did sound great. You did sound great about 5 seconds ago. Now you kind of disappeared into the metaverse again.
I'm so sorry.
There you go. You're good.
So just to answer, I think your question was what part of Jersey. So I'm basically about 10 minutes outside of Philadelphia in the southern part.
Nice.
Yeah, and my building code is ACY1. It is in West Deptford, New Jersey. It's about 8 minutes from my house.
Oh, wow. 8 minutes?
Oh, yeah. Love it.
You living life over there.
Absolutely, man.
My building is like 45 minutes from my house driving.
Oh, wow.
Thanks. So, Eddie, how long have you been with the company for so far?
I've been with the company for 2 years.
Nice.
While you were letting your dog out, I was telling people, before Amazon, I was in the drywall tapers union. And I left because they weren't putting me out to work. There's a lot of mistreating going on. It's basically like to make it in a construction union, you got to be willing to stab some.
Uh-oh. Think it went out again, Eddie.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Eddie. So what he was saying was, I think he was about to say you got to stab people in the back. There you go.
Yes. You got to stab people in the back while you're taking the knife that was put in your back. That's basically how a construction union works. Amazon opened up a whole. I'm not that kind of a person, and Amazon opened up a whole new world for me.
Nice.
I had to start at the bottom as a picker, and I worked my way up to tier 3, which I am right now as a learning trainer.
Let's go. Okay, so how long? What was that time frame that it took you from when you started as a picker? Okay, even before that, that's gonna be one question. How long did it take you from your picker stage to tier 1 to that tier 3 learning trainer? Like, how long did that take you? But even before that, and this question just popped up because literally 2 comments just today was about people complaining about picking. Is picking that hard? Like, is that a difficult position?
Picking is not that hard. So I'm going to give you a tip on picking right now, especially if you're on an R-stall machine. Okay, you have to stand at a 45-degree angle halfway between the pod and the screen. You read the screen first, and you'll be like the screen tells you exactly where you're at on the pod. You have your hands up, follow the color of the number and the letter. Just have your hands up. You have a split second before it happens. Look for color recognition of the picture. Pictures aren't always correct, but you can get in there and out of there within 1 second. You should be able, like the normal goal is about 300 an hour. You should be able to do your 300, go take a bathroom break, get something to eat, and come back and do your next 300 in the next hour.
So is that something? Have you heard people complain about picking before? Is that something that you heard as well?
All the time.
What is the main complaint? Like, I haven't really been able to dig deep, but what's the main complaint that people say about picking?
So when you pick for 10 hours, the key to it is the more you move, the more you're going to be tired. And this is what I built my whole career on to date, is that less movements will equal more productivity. Like you have five totes. Your last two totes are reactives for other buildings. Your first three totes are basically going out to whatever area you're in. You should not be moving your legs between the bin and the totes for the first three totes. You should be able to comfortably not even move your legs. The problem is people don't understand, if you do not get into an actual stance, standing at 45-degree angle, you're not doing it properly. And for goodness sakes, bend at the knees and not at the back. Trust me on that one.
Facts. That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay. So I guess there's some validity to that. I can see why people will and honestly, I was gonna say like people complain about all the departments, but I don't know. Just recently, the last few months, I've had a lot of people talk about picking. So that's why I wanted to ask that. So
let me give you this point right here. About, I want to say maybe 4 months. It was like basically a week before, or a couple weeks before my first Prime week, and I missed my first Prime week. But what happened was I was feeling really lethargic and tired. And it turns out that for like 2 weeks, my heart rate was dropping to like 30 beats per minute. Oh, okay. Wow. I have nerve damage to my heart somewhere. They're still looking for it. But I had to have I got rushed to the hospital. I went to my manager one day and I said, if I don't get out of here soon, something bad's going to happen. And then my wife came and picked me up and she drove me to the hospital, and then they put a pacemaker in me. But here's the thing though. With that low heart rate, I was still able to make my goal.
Still making rate.
I was still making rate, no problem.
Man.
But then I had to come back though and start back over, start all over again, working my way back up.
Right. Man, well, I'm glad you made it through that. You know what I mean? And you're still here. Yes. Okay, so on that question, what was your time frame from getting hired, your entry time, to you getting promoted to that L3, from your L1 to the L3? How long? What was that time frame? What did that look like for you?
I'm going to say a year and maybe 10 months.
A year and 10 months. Nice. And the one reason why I say that, because there's so many people who want to move up, you know what I mean? They want to get into that L3 position, whether it be a PA, learning trainer, any type of promotion. What would be like some tips that you think really helped you to get into that position and promotion to that L3? What's something that people need to apply to get that promotion?
The thing about it is you got to figure out what kind of section you want to do. Like when I became an ambassador, and I got to start helping, like teaching the pick classes and helping people get better. And they were actually started sending me out doing audits on pickers to just get them, like you get people excited to pick, just get out there. It was a customer obsession by caring about the people who keep the buildings running, which are the tier ones. Right. And then the customer obsession got even more when I'm at in New Jersey, we have a store called Wawa, and it's it's a gas station, deli, it's everything. It's the greatest store in the world on the East Coast. But the thing was, I went to go get my oil change before that. I got my Amazon shirt on. The guy who changed my oil, he's like, "Oh my God, how do you guys get those packages out so fast?" Then I go to a Wawa, and I got a coffee and a sandwich in my hand. And when one person buys me my coffee and then the other person buys me my sandwich because they're so thankful for what we do at Amazon, that takes my customer obsession to a whole new level. It's always been you got to remember, Amazon, you can't look at it as, they don't want you to think about what you can do for a company. What can you do for their customers? The easiest, and when you make every decision in Amazon, you have to think to yourself, what is the easiest way that's going to not affect the customers, and B, not cost more labor?
Facts. That's a fact. Do you think? What about when it comes to? I'm big on working hard, but I'm also about working smart. And another thing I'm big on is mentality, mindset, attitude. Do you think those, in your opinion, how big of a role does your attitude play, and working hard? How big of a role do those things play in getting a promotion to that L3 role
It plays
for you?
everything,
Your opinion.
everything. Everything, and especially like like your attitudes says everything about you inside of the place, because you're either going to be somebody who likes to do their job and is trying to move up, or you're going to be somebody who just kind of just does what they have to do to get by. Right. Because Amazon's also not going to tolerate like the bottom performers. They don't tolerate it, and you don't have to be a bottom performer. You just got to show willingness to actually move, like to actually start like working your way up. But it's you got to find out, what do you want to do? Like ambassador role is a great option to help move up, but you got to have a great attitude. My ambassadors, I like from a learning standpoint, I own stow and I own pick. I spend a lot of time stowing right now because I haven't done it. It's new to me, and I absolutely love stowing.
Me too.
Yeah, my team of ambassadors though for stow, they are like one unit team. They are very much like obsessed with helping people get better. Like I got one guy, I'm not going to name drop here, but I got one guy who can just watch you stow for 5 minutes. He's going to pick out every gap in your training.
Right. That's official. So what would be, give us like 2 red flags that people really definitely want to avoid when it comes to getting a promotion, getting to that L3 level?
TOT.
Facts. TOT. Facts.
Do not be on your phone. Do not be on your phone while you're on the station.
Got you. That makes sense. So it took you about 1.5 years, you said, right, to get that promotion?
A little bit more than that.
A little bit. What did you say? 2 a year and 7 months?
A year and 10 months, because not only did I have a pacemaker surgery, but I also had what's called a laminectomy, which is a huge surgery on my back. In my thoracic region, I had bone spurs growing into my spinal cord, and I started losing use of my legs. So I had to have surgery. Once again, had to start at the bottom and work my way back up. I even took my ambassador role out because I missed 6 months of work, but still.
Wow.
I just busted my butt, got to where I needed to go. And also, my biggest advice, if you can get on an away team assignment, that is huge.
That's something I was going to ask you. When you were an ambassador, okay, well, hold on, because that was actually one of the questions I had written down. So about 1 year, 10 months. And the reason why I kind of wanted to clarify that is because, listen, to the people that's watching, that promotion, it varies. You know what I mean? Don't get discouraged if you don't get it in 6 months like some people did.
Exactly.
And then don't be discouraged if it takes you longer than that. You know, as Eddie said, it took him 1 year, 10 months. He had the obstacles that he had to overcome. But I know people who didn't get that PA position until 2 years. You know what I mean? So no matter what, everybody's role, not just for Amazon in general, when it comes to climbing the ladder, promotions and all that stuff, you can't really base it off of other people. You can try to model it and get inspired by it, but don't be discouraged if it's different than somebody else's role, because all of our journeys, you feel me, is going to be different. So when it came to you being an ambassador, how long? It was 1 year, 10 months to get your promotion to the L3 role. How long did it take you to become an ambassador?
I'd say about 6 months.
6 months. Nice. And then, yes, that's something I wanted to ask. So you went on the away team. Now tell the people, Eddie, tell them, please, is the away team all that it's cracked up to be? Is it or no?
It is, and it's more. And the reason why I say that, the reason why I say that is, you got to imagine you're launching a brand new building.
Right.
Okay, you are taking a group of people who are probably hurting for work sometimes, especially in this economy right now. Okay, and you really, when you help people become better, because whether you're stowing or picking, when you're first starting out, it can be frustrating, because the way it's designed to be a technique involved. For stowing, you got to look at the robots. You know, the robots term. You know, you don't want anything overhanging. You don't want to overstuff your bins and stuff like that. You know, you want to make sure your bin's sweeping to clear out space. You don't want a PA coming up to you saying, "Why did you just turn away 45 pods?
Right.
Why are you only stowing 6 pods?" You know what I mean? So you gotta understand the frustration that's going to be on them when you're trying to help them. You gotta just like it makes you feel like you're making history when you have like 100 people that you're helping in the first week get better, and then the second week they came to me and they asked me to pick 2 ambassadors for pick, and I gave them the 2 best ones I could. And the rest of the time there's a term in pick called false pick shorts. False pick shorts can get you in trouble because a false pick short is when you pick something or you say something's missing, but it's actually in the bin and the counter goes and finds it. And this is my biggest pet peeve too, because it's the easiest, it can get you hung up badly, but it's also the easiest thing to prevent because now the customer has to wait longer to get that product because you said it was missing and you didn't do the proper steps to actually do it. When you, but you just like when you're leaving the, when it's your last night at the away team and people are hugging you goodbye, thank you so much for everything you've done.
Yeah.
And then the operations manager for PCF wants to take you out to breakfast. That's what you call it. Yeah, that's success.
That's official. How many away teams did you go on?
One so far up in Connecticut. I'm actually they're launching Rochester in August, and I'm actually they actually came to me about going on that one. Well, they actually came to me about going on the Connecticut one too. But you know, it's like, yeah, I'm all game for it. I have such a loving and supporting family, so like my wife is always like the away team boosted you so much. I would definitely say go do it again.
Official. So I definitely agree with Eddie. Listen, if you guys are ambassadors, go on that away team. I was saying it because that's literally like one of the best work experiences that I've actually experienced. But to Eddie's point, that looks great on your resume as well.
They look for it.
Facts. That's a fact. Definitely take advantage of that. That's for sure. Okay, Eddie, real quick, we're gonna take 2 minutes just to catch up on these comments, and then we're gonna go to the next part. Let's see real quick. Shout out to Romney. What's going on, fam? Good to see you in the building tonight. He says they forced me to stay in picking. They will not let me transfer. I have no write-ups. Man, I would just keep trying every month. You know what I mean? Stay on them tough. Eddie, what's your if somebody, because this is actually a pretty general or a question we get a lot. If people want to transfer and they're having issues, what's the best way to go about that?
Just keep trying. And you gotta remember something that like a lot of people are always try to transfer and always try to cross train. You got to understand too where the labor demand is as well.
Facts.
Okay, like right now we are a couple months before prime, so right now we're ramping up on stowers. Okay, we don't have a whole lot of pick classes or a whole lot of pack classes. I'd say probably at the end of probably another 2 weeks we're going to start ramping up on pickers and packers. Just keep trying. And to add to that too, they're not going to come to you. You got to bang down the door.
Facts. Yeah. That's a fact. So Romney, hope that helped. Continue to try. Continue just to put in for it for sure. Dude says, I picked for 2 months as a labor share. Never again. Shout out to you, dude. Shout out to you. Romney said, in my building all the time, the items are on the floor and all I get is big boxes. Trust me, that's not just picking. I dealt with that sometimes, or there was like weeks in Stowe where it'll just be size 18, size 12 items. You get a whole sled full of just oversized items and you can only fit 1, 2 in the pod and got turned away, drops your rate. Trust me, I know there's struggle on that. Trust me. But just be, persistent with them. I would even try if you're in good with your manager, really, let them know to see if they can help to put in a word as well. But ultimately, it is going to fall back on you. Continue to put the request in and stay on top of it so you can, get into a department that you want to. Dude says, I didn't mind picking in Damage Land. Did that for over 4.5 years. Been at Amazon for 5.8 years. We got some vets in the building. Shout out to you, Dude. Romney said, and the bins are disorganized and overstuffed consistently. Eddie, the bins are disorganized? Or what would they do in that situation if they do come across a lot of disorganized bins?
So if you're stowing, the biggest thing is, and SB, you know the terms, robots. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And then on the other side of it, picking, we have what's called FOO. It stands for flat, overhang, overstuff. You never leave books and DVDs flat. They always want to be standing up, title facing out. You never want to leave a bin overstuffed. Okay, never leave a bin overstuffed. You never want to see things hanging out of a bin too, because that can cause the robots to crash, especially when the pods turn. I got plenty of pictures on my work laptop of that happening. So it's just kind of like it's an all around effort, as I like to call it, bin etiquette. It starts with the stowers, and it continues with the picker. Now, I will say this though: if you are picking and you see a bunch of things all over the place, you just focus on the bin that you're in. Do not focus on anything else but the bin that you're in, because then you're going to start, like, your tack time's going to go crazy and stuff like that. And it's not your responsibility, because when they track on things, they track on the bin that you're touching, not all the ones around.
Good stuff. That's some good stuff right there. Okay, let's see. We have CBK Gaming. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for being tuned into the channel. It says, I'm a picker and I like it, but I have my days. And you know what, CBK, that's everywhere you go. You know what I mean? Even in my role as a PA, I loved it. But there were still, you do have those days no matter where you're at. So that's good to hear. At least we finally hear somebody who said they like picking. Evern says, hi. Shout out to you, Evern. Good to see you in the building tonight. What's going on? Hello, fellow Amazonians. Thank you so much for being tuned in. We're glad that you are here with us today. Also, you guys are tuned in. Any questions, drop this down. Every about 15 minutes, we're going to hop into questions so Eddie could drop any type of knowledge that you guys need answers for. You guys have some great questions every week. We got somebody here that can answer it, so be sure to drop that. Catherine, sorry about that. Julia says, good evening, everybody. What's up, Julia? Thank you so much for being tuned in. Everybody who's tuned in, be sure to hit that like button. Catherine said, my warehouse is getting super strict about phone usage. A lot of people are going to be in trouble. Eddie, how about your building? How is your building right now? And you as a learning trainer, you really don't have to deal with that, huh? You don't have to deal with
So as a learning trainer, yeah. So I don't correct behaviors. I correct standard work practice.
Okay.
I will never get anybody in trouble. They're going to do that on their own, and you have enough operations. You have enough area managers and operations leaders who are going to make sure that if you're on the phone, it's a write-up that will not go away very easily. Put the phone away. You work for 3.5 hours. You get a break. You work another 3.5 hours. You get a break. You work 2.5 hours. You go home. Right. Put the phone away while you're on the station. Think of it this way: you're on the station. Your loved ones are ordering a bunch of stuff, but you're on your phone. They're going to have to wait because you're on the phone.
Facts. Good reply. Okay, so Eddie, this part right here is going to be clipped into its own video that I'm going to upload onto the channel. All right, and we're going to title this, what is a learning trainer? So let's make, if you can, I would say 7 minutes or 6. I really would like to I would want you to give a great detail on what a learning trainer is, what they do. You can start off with what tier it is and your duties as a learning trainer. So like I was saying, so be detailed for this next 6-7 minutes on what a learning trainer is, because this is going to be like a separate video by itself. So Eddie, who's currently on the channel giving us an interview, he is a learning trainer. Eddie, what is a learning trainer?
I'm glad you asked. Learning trainer is a tier 3 position, and to sum up what we do, we organize the training. Okay, we are experts at the fields that we own. We work with the ambassadors to enrich the lives of the tier 1s. How do we do that? By teaching standard work practices, by giving tips to make sure people are okay. We do audits. We do certified jobs, which is like controlling like the VRC elevator, pallet jack, and jam clearing. Anything that deals with training and permissions, it goes through us. And in order to, if you're cross-training into count, all right, I have to actually I have to give you the permission for it, and I have to put you in what's called the core training. And the core training is the stuff that pops up on your screen and teaches you as you have an ambassador behind you. Okay. The main thing to remember about a learning trainer is we are not operations, okay? And this part is totally my opinion. We are not operations. We are there to help you, not to get you into trouble. And that goes for the ambassadors as well. The ambassadors are not there to get you into trouble. The ambassadors are my eyes and ears of everything that goes on in my departments. I send them out. I say, hey, go check on this person. They say they need a little bit of help. I said, all right, we'll go ahead and spend some time with them and let me know what you're doing to help them out. We help retrain people when people are having problems and operations notices. We step in to try and help them to get better and get them kind of like off that radar of like kind of messing up and stuff. And then this is kind of where like you have to ask yourself if I'm being retrained for something, is it me or is it something? Do I need the extra help, or am I doing something like disappearing to the bathroom, or am I on my phone, or am I walking around, with friends and stuff like that? You got to ask yourself that question. Like, why is this retrain happening? Why are they talking to me? The best thing I can say is just stay off the radar. And if it's something that we can correct, we will definitely work with you to correct. So in that sense, we give you permissions. We can take the permissions away. We train you. We work with the ambassadors. We teach classes ourselves, because if an ambassador is not there, then we have to step into that role. I always consider my ambassadors on the same level as me, even though they're tier ones. To me, they're my team. They're not under me. They're the same level as me, if not a little bit higher. I hold ambassadors in the highest standards because it all starts with them from day one. Every day is day one, and an ambassador will always be an ambassador whether they're teaching a class or not.
That's official. That's official. Some questions that I had about a learning trainer. First off, is that position as a learning trainer? I'm pretty sure it's hourly, but I just wanted to make it clear for people who's searching for the information. In L3, it's a learning trainer is an L3, so that would be an hourly position, correct? Or is that salary?
It's an hourly position.
Nice. So yes, that is an hourly position. For that learning ladder, it would start off as an ambassador. Then the next kind of, if you want to stay in learning, that's the next level, right? It would be the learning trainer as an L3.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, is it a learning manager, or like, is there something above that?
L4, which is the learning coordinator.
Right.
And then you have an L5, which is the learning area manager, and they mainly work at nights. And then you have the LM, the learning manager, or the LOM, and they're a level 6.
That's crazy. So learning has its own ladder that you can climb as well.
Correct.
That's official. Okay. So when it comes, so first off, everything that you are naming off that you had to do, to me, that sounds like a big checklist. So are you, as a learning trainer, are you coming in every day? Is there a checklist that you're going off of? Or are you going off of business needs? Like you said you guys have to do the coachings. I know managers request the coaching. So each day you're coming in, are you kind of just going off business needs? Okay, it's a lot of, we see quality in this department is pretty bad, so we're going to focus over there. How does that look?
So when I walk in the morning and we fire up our laptops and we sit down, we do work off of a standard work checklist, like most tier 3s and aboves will do. And basically it depends day to day on what's going on. Like if it's a Sunday, like I'm front half days. So is there transfers coming in? Are there new hires that they get taken care of first? If it's their first day in the building and they're a new hire, they have to go through what's called behind the smile, which is basically a full day of what your role is, what your benefits are, and everything about Amazon. Then your actual day one on the field starts after your behind the smile class. We even have trainers who just do behind the smile. That's what they do. But like we set up rosters for the training. We set up, you know what I mean? This is like all stuff that has to happen like in the beginning of the day. We have to put our roster together. These people just transfer. We have to send that to HR and stuff like that. We have to do stuff to make sure everybody's compliant with their training. We have to look at the Sims tickets to make sure is there people who who
need
want
permissions.
exactly. And it's not that I can sit there and grant any kind of permissions. There's certain problem solver permissions that I actually have to say, hey, I have to send a ticket to a senior and say, can you put your stamp of approval on this before I can actually grant the tickets?
Okay. So as a learning trainer, is it sort of like the same way as operations? Let's say like your learning ambassadors are your indirects and you're like the PA and the learning coordinators like the AM. Is that kind of how it works on that side?
That's a great way to put it. That seriously is a great way to put it. I just don't look at like I said, though, I don't look at the ambassadors like they're below me. Like I can't do my job without the ambassadors. They're my eyes and ears. They're the best thing. That's pretty much like seriously. Amazon, I think, is the only place that has learning ambassadors, and it's seriously a game changer.
That's a fact. Man, I made a vlog. I titled that the most important position I thought was the ambassadors. Oh, wait, hold on. So before we can get to that, so because like I said, this is going to be its own video. We are not representatives of the company. This is just our personal opinion. All right, so I want to cut it with that on that part because, like I said, that's going to be its own video. Somebody also, snaps. This is a great question. Somebody asked, do learning trainers, do you guys get overtime?
Yes. So
Okay.
if there's a learning trainer on a like say on the back half I'm sorry, if back half days learning trainer who's my cohort who does the stow and PCF, if he needs a day off but he can't do a shift swap, then yes, they'll ask me to, hey, can you work an extra day? There's that. During peak, everybody has to work during peak.
Gotcha.
We still have our mandatory overtime days and stuff like that. We don't get a lot of overtime because the thing is, we're administration now,
Gotcha.
so we're not operations. But the funny thing is, though, like we are actually required to work in path at least 5 hours per week.
Oh wow! I mean, but that makes sense just to keep you fresh on the new standard of work,
Absolutely,
or continually, or to know how to do the process, the path.
absolutely.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So I didn't know that learning is not considered operations; is considered administration. That's some very good information for somebody to know who's kind of deciding which path they want to take. Should I stay in the operations ladder? Should I hop over to learning? Should I try to hop over to HR? That's good to know. I didn't even know that.
So the best way, though, to sum up learning, we are not operations. We support operations.
support operations. Nice. Nice. Okay, that's some good stuff. Let's see what people are saying real quick. Okay, read that one. Dude says, I've been to 4 away team assignments and an ambassador's PA. Listen, everybody out there, be an ambassador, try to get on the away team is definitely worth it. Been in HR since July 2022. Shout out to you, dude. You over there killing it. How was the PA process? That's a good question. How was the process for learning to go into that learning trainer position? Was it pretty much? It's just the same, right? Going in just to any other L3.
So we had the process was, I mean, we got interviewed obviously, and the interview went great. My boss who interviewed me, like, she's almost like a godsend for a boss because she's tough, she's strict, but she also has your back no matter what. And she's a partner more than a boss. Love that about her. And then my teammates too are the same way. As a learning trainer, though, we had to go through a lot of wikis. We had to go through a lot of KNets, like, and all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm sure PAs go through KNets and stuff like that too.
And for those who don't know Amazon, those are just what, like learning. How would you explain that for those people that's not with Amazon, like learning quizzes or
It's just
learning?
it's all it is like online classes. Put it that way.
There you go. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so they're online classes. Some of them give you certain permissions to do things within the building, like AR floor blitzes and stuff like that. But they are pretty much required. Like if you don't have like when we do working well huddles, you have to do a KNET for that to be able to perform one of them. And if you're late on it, your manager is going to say, "Why didn't you finish this KNET?
Facts. That's a fact.
You got 10 hours in a day. Finish your KNETs."
So as learning, are you guys help out what are they called on the AR floors? What are they called again? What's the AR team?
Oh, AFM.
Do you guys coach them as well and help them out as well?
We have a trainer who specializes in that.
Ah,
Or
got it.
we actually have, I think, I want to say it's two trainers who do nothing but specialize for AFM, and then there are AFM ambassadors as well.
Nice. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so Dew has a question for you. Dew says, "Hey Eddie, does your building have the new cross training opportunity request through the A to Z app? They just launched that."
Yes, they do. So that's a great question because they just launched it. So now, when you want to cross train in something, you actually on your A to Z app, you can actually pick up the three things that you can cross train in.
Oh, what?
And when the business need is there, you will cross train. You are expected to actually cross train, like to be able to cross train anything. But now you have an option. Now it's not like an operations manager putting together a pick class or a chem class.
Right.
Now it's going to be automated.
That's a game changer. That's official right there. So everybody who, if you're in Stowe and you want to be cross trained in this and outbound, or you want to be cross trained in picking, you can do that from A to Z now. How do you do that? When you go to A to Z, then what resources or how does that come up?
I think it's in the resources because I haven't seen it because I'm actually trained in every path.
Right.
So like I'm trained in every path. So I don't
But
actually know where it is, but people have been telling me about it. They're like, "Hey, when do you think will happen?" It's like you got to remember when the labor need is there. That's when you'll do the cross train.
right. And if you are looking for that, go to your managers or go to HR. They'll show you exactly how to find it, where to find that. That's official right there. Yverne says, SB, were you in Stowe before you went to corporate? No, I was in Stowe. Then I got moved to outbound once I came to Arizona. I was in outbound AFE and as a PA. Shout out to outbound. Shout out to inbound Stowe. I love both of them.
I can't
Outbound
pack
is
worth my
definitely a
life.
beast.
I can't
No?
pack worth my life.
Outbound. Which one do you think is hardest, Eddie? I'm gonna let my dog back in. He's out here going crazy. Um, well, as I'm gone, and I'm gonna hurry up because I want to hear what is your top three department. What do you think the best? Let's say top two best departments, top two worst departments. Give us your opinion on that.
Okay, so my top two. I'd have to give you the top two departments would be singles, pack singles, and stowing. And the reason why I say stowing is because you get a little bit of freedom with stowing. As long as you're following the rules, you get a little bit of freedom of how you can actually stow. The two worst departments for me, in my opinion, are ship dock, and I would probably say inbound receive dock. And the reason why is if you've ever been in a ship dock, I've always tell people now I'm talking about the worst right now, SB. Ship dock. Ship dock is definitely one of the worst departments. I think it's because I tell people ship dock is like Grand Theft Auto meets Tetris. You are going through different like direct palletizing stations, and once the station is clear, you got to run and find another station that nobody's on that's filled up with boxes, and then you're playing Tetris with putting the boxes inside the cages too. But my favorite departments are pick and up and stow because stowing is I feel so much freedom when I'm stowing.
Facts. Okay, so we're gonna make two of these different videos. So, from a learning trainer, and just your personal opinion, you think the worst department would be on ship dock?
Yeah, it just drives me crazy because you got to look for all these numbers and codes and stuff like that to match up with the cages that you're going into. And I don't know how they do it so well, but my hats, if you're on the ship dock, you're elite in my opinion.
I didn't even know they had to do that. So because I know it comes down from like the we allocate it for the work to go down in whatever lane it goes to, and then they have to get the box and match it with the cage that they're putting into.
Right.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even know the
and
full process.
They got like 5 or 6 cages, and if they don't have any cages available, they got to put it on a wooden pallet.
Got you. Okay, well, I'm learning something because I'm on the corporate side. I like allocate, and then let's say if we don't have empty go-kart trailers, which are the carts they have to put them into. I didn't really know the result of that. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, I got to place a case so we can make sure we get some more carts over here. But you're saying if they don't have those carts, they're over there putting these boxes instead of into a cage, they're putting them on pallets.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got to move those pallets with pallet jacks to put them on the truck.
Mm-hmm.
That's deep. So do you think that's worse than like loading a trailer?
I got to say loading a trailer
would be worse.
Yeah. It depends on what kind you're loading, because sometimes you're not even loading boxes on the pallets or go-karts to go into the trailer. Sometimes you got a TDR stretched into the trailer. It's going to be hot in there. A TDR is a conveyor that stretches into a trailer.
Right, got you. Okay.
Yeah, so they have to pile up the boxes from floor to ceiling in the most perfect manner that they can, and it's hot in that thing.
Facts.
So my hat's off to you if you're a TDR operator too.
Also, another thing about the dock that people have to be aware of: if you get into position to TDR in trailers and TDR out, you got to be careful. You can be like you know what I mean? Like there's really little room, almost no room for error in that area right there. So what would you say for the best department from a learning trainer? What do you think the best department would be?
It's got to be stow, because stow you have so much freedom. As long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, you follow the standard work practice. To me, stow is easy. You got to have sled organization. You got to have your small items up front, because when you sit there for an hour or 2 hours and you got like 150 stow items or small items, and you're just scan, put in, scan, put in, scan, put in, you're going to look like a hero at the end of the day.
That's a fact. And it's crazy because some people, when I was an ambassador, we would look for a sled organization. And it's like some people would have the most dense container the furthest from the thing. So they'll literally scan, then walk all the way to the pod, put it in, walk all the way to the back of the back of the sled, grab one more, walk all the way back. Yes, definitely.
And then you go home and you wonder why you're so tired.
Facts. But I definitely agree. To me, stowing was relaxing. You're just by yourself. You know what I mean? I agree. I definitely think that was the most chillest. I felt the less stressed. It seemed like the less effort, even effort. You know what I mean? When I was in pack, you got to reach up, you got to get a box, you got to build a box. Then you got to reach to the cubbies. If it's something heavy on the bottom, you got to reach down there. Somehow you got to reach up top. You're around 5 other people who's walking behind you. Then you got to put the item in. Then you got to get the little bubble stuff and put it in there. Then tape up the box. You feel me? And don't let the conveyors go down. Like stow is just you get an item, you put it in the pod. You know what I mean? So definitely agree with you.
I see this this comment right here. My building hire bunch of foreigners with limited English language. I'm not sure what they're meaning by that, but I don't know if that upsets you or not. You got to remember, Amazon is all about diversity. People who do not speak English, we have on the screens, the order screens, the stow screens, the picking screens, there is many different languages that you can select from. So everything is catered to every. It's diversity. So I'm not sure, and I'm not trying to get upset with people for posting something like that, but it's just.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I saw it and I'm just like, Amazon's all about diversity. I have
That's a
a
fact.
stower. She's an ambassador and she's deaf.
Yep.
Okay, so when I have deaf associates come in that are going to learn stow, I got my girl right there who's going to make sure that they're the best.
Right.
So it's like you got to remember, diversity is going to win every day inside of Amazon.
That's a fact. And that's one thing that you're definitely going to have to get used to if you plan on moving up. You're going to be in those situations where you may have to engage in a situation with somebody who doesn't. I remember when I did a launch in BFL1 as a PA for Stowe, I had to help out the ambassadors. I had almost a whole group of people who just came from like India, I think, and they really didn't even understand much English, but you make it work. You know what I mean? Like, I guess it can be frustrating, but one thing I've always based and I loved about Amazon, I remember like it was yesterday because I took that and was like, yo, I'm going to use that for my other streams of income. Like, it's a great mindset to have. It's one of their principles. Or no, it's not a principle, but it should be. But it's a slogan that Amazon says. It says, work hard, have fun, make history. So
And you feel it.
whenever I found myself in those challenging situations, I would make it fun. You know what I mean? Like, that's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to stress out when you get in those type of situations, or you know what I mean? Like, always try to just make the best of the situation, because trust me, you will. As Eddie was saying, Amazon is ginormous on diversity, every which way, shape, and form. So that is something you probably need to think about if you plan on moving up the ladder. Not just you who asked the question, because I didn't even see it in here. Anybody, if you feel a certain type of way, you're going to have to be ready and prepared for that, because every type of everything is there at Amazon. Which, hey, do your thing. But for people who have a hard time dealing with that, that is something that you should be expecting and be prepared to deal with, which it will be hard for you to deal with because, like Eddie said, like Amazon says, they are very big on diversity for sure.
Now, let me add one more thing to what you said. Um, Another key to success is not just to accept the diversity, but Amazon is constantly evolving and changing standard work practices, the way they do things. You got to just buckle up and just take the ride, the evolution highway, because otherwise you're going to get left behind.
That is a fact. That's a fact. And I was looking for the comment the whole time, and I had it on this page. I didn't even notice that. CBK Gaming says, thanks for the explanation, Eddie. I had to get a retrain for induct and couldn't figure out why. So don't they tell the associates or ask the associates if they would like a retrain, or that's not how they do it anymore?
To be honest, as a tier three, I don't see anything with write ups or anything like that, and that's a good thing because it's none of my business of what they're getting written up for anyway. I just get tickets for the retrain. So, and this guy here he had a retrain for induct, and if another one, if you're an inductor, hats off to you, man. That's a crazy job right
Nice.
there.
That's
Yeah.
a fact.
Yeah, but yeah. So that's a hard question to answer because um, we don't have the privilege of seeing the feedback on why they're getting written up or why they're getting retrained or anything
Retrain.
like that. All I know is it's either quality or productivity, and that's how you have to kind of like approach it, not by like, hey, did they get written up? No, you got to approach it by like, where are they struggling at? CBK Gaming,
I would run that
induct,
by
yeah.
your manager, because he says he doesn't know why he had the retrain. Um, Usually they explained it. I remember back when I had a retrain, they explained it. This was when I was a storer. So if you got a retrain and you didn't know why, you know what I mean? You definitely want to know why so you can close that gap. You know what I mean?
Right.
Run that by your manager. Just like, hey, ambassador or learning trainer just came and I had a retrain. Just wanted to know what area I need to improve in, because the learning trainer or the ambassador didn't know when they came. I thought they would, you know what I mean? Like every time I was told to go coach somebody, it was for, you know what I mean? Oh, you know what? No, they would just be like, it's productivity or quality. And then you were sent to kind of go and just check out what you've seen. So I would just talk to your manager, and they can give you a better explanation on why you had that
Right.
retrain.
The other thing to remember too is write-ups, negative feedback. That's between you and your manager, nobody else.
Facts. That's a fact. Lego said, okay, that's the one I asked earlier. Do they get OT? Oh, OT. Steve, what's going on, fam? Good to see you in the building tonight. Says finally passed my hostler training. Of course, I'm officially a part of the Tom team. Shout out to the Tom team. That's what's up, man. Congrats to you, Steve. Proud of you, man. Keep killing it. Keep moving up over there and take advantage of the opportunity. Embassy floor monitors. Dude says 2-week class. Let me see. Just catching up because that was a while. Dude says she likes ShipDoc. That's what's up.
Hey, listen, it's not for me.
Facts, me either.
Yeah, I have back surgery. I have a pacemaker. I'll stick to stone and picking.
Facts. Steve said your scanner would tell you what to put the boxes at. Okay, nice. Fluid load and unload is awful. I agree. For me, I was on the dock for a week, and I said, yeah, put me back in stove. Dude said she was in TDR. Nice. Dude, you did it all. That's what's up. Catherine said, I did ship dock at peak, and it wasn't fun. I'm in inbound stow now. Decant is fun and easy. Some other stuff, not so much. Definitely agree. Especially during peak. Anything in peak, you're going to be pushed to the max. That is the peak of the year, whereas peak volume that's being pushed out. So definitely expect that. Lachey, I think that is. Good to see you. Good to see you on the live. Thank you for being tuned in. She said, stack like Tetris, down stack like Jenga. Nice one. Beauty says, Steve Yen, I'm doing the same training right now. My trainer doesn't tell me exactly what he means. Every spotter we have has gave me advice. They say I need a new trainer. Well, if you feel you need a new trainer, definitely let that be known to your AM that you feel you need that.
Facts there, man.
Yeah.
Speak up.
Definitely speak up. Definitely. My daughter's a PG. Shout out to your daughter. And that's what's up. Both of you guys in Amazon, kill it. Okay. Yvonne says, Eddie, what building do you work at?
ACY1 in West Deptford, New Jersey.
ACY1?
Yeah.
Nice. And is that the only building that you've worked at besides like the away team?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nice.
So if you go back to the whole the person whose daughter is a PG and AFE, PG is another great way to step into operations.
Facts. PG, in my opinion, is like you're being trained and prepped for the PA. You know what I mean? Because even when, like I was a PA and they were like, yo, who do you think the next PG is? They valued my opinion. And we were picking PGs that had potentials and that we had our eyes on being the replacement as me being a PA. So that's definitely something if you're, anybody who's tuned in, you're trying to get into that promotion L3, especially PA position. PG, you're like a stand-in PA. You're doing everything the PA is doing, except the things that you don't have access for. But besides that, you're learning the role of a PA. So that's definitely a good position to be in. CBK Gaming said, I love that for Amazon diversity for sure. That's what's up. James says, I'm a learning ambassador and now a PG and oh, that's what's up, James. Because congrats.
Absolutely, all right, man. You're working your way up.
CBK said, for me, they just told me, hey, you're getting a retrain for induct. They didn't explain it. I'll talk to your manager because you want to make sure that whatever the reason is, that you know what I mean, you get the coaching and you get the knowledge to stop it so you don't continue to get a retrain, which in case doesn't progress to something even more extreme. So definitely talk to your manager. Clarity. You need clarity. They came to give me a retrain. Wasn't really too clear on what I was being retrained on. Can you fill me in on that? And they'll definitely do that for you. Steve says, thank you, SB. Took me years to get that L3 spot. Listen, it's different for everybody. You know what I mean? Because also one thing that we have to take into account, buildings are different. You know what I mean? I moved into my L3 quick, but then again, I was in a massive building, and people were moving quick. This PA would be a PA. 6 months later, he's an AM. You know what I mean? So we would turn over so fast. That's why I was able to get in there quicker. But now if we're in a slower building, a slower volume, there's not, as much, a lot of people aren't shooting out all over the place. Then it's like it may take longer. So it's a lot of moving pieces. That's why you can never um, kind of compare, or you shouldn't really compare your time amount on with somebody else's, because it can vary. You know what I mean? Definitely could vary. ACY1 was my second building. Been there for 4 years. That's what's up. Beauty says my trainer.
I think I know that dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks familiar.
That'd be dope right there. My trainer is a little brother of one of the TAMs on the Tom team. Nice. Okay, what we got to do right here. She says, usually if you got to retrain, you most likely got some feedback. Definitely probably did. And that's why. If you don't know why, it is very important that you find out why from your AM, so you can fix that that problem, whether it be quality.
A PA is not going to tell you, and a learning trainer is not going to tell you.
Facts. So when Eddie, when it came to you getting your promotion, what was like some of the biggest challenges that you had to overcome to get that position? I know you said your surgeries, that alone is ginormous. You know what I mean? There's so many people who cut their knee, and it's like, you know what I mean? That kind of stops them. But so I know that was a huge thing. And by you having to restart twice, super, you know what I mean? Hands down, amazing. But I've been getting a lot of comments from people who's like, they've been dealing with, favoritism or politics. And it's like, they're super discouraged. And I'm like, yo, you got to keep going. You feel me? I dealt with that. You know what I mean? You're going to deal with so many challenges that's going to challenge you. What were some of the biggest ones that you had to face to get your promotion?
Mainly it was all health. And I like, for me to get my promotion, I wasn't going to apply for one until I knew I was ready. And they were talking to me for a while about like learning how to do certain things so I can make that step up. But I kept getting sick, or I kept having to go to the hospital. I had like many hospital trips in like a 6-month period. So the biggest thing is, ask yourself this: if you are an expert stower, an expert picker, are you helping the person next to you become an expert? Are you helping the person on their side who's struggling? Are you giving them advice on how you do your job? Okay, that's what customer obsession is. That's what's helping each. That's why this is a total team effort. You got to create what's called a star story. Look at the situation. What is the task at hand? What actions did you take to remedy, and what are the results? That's how you get interviewed for your promotion. Are you creating star stories? Because they don't fall in your lap. You got to generate them through your own actions.
That's a fact. And Eddie, you're amazing mindset, man. You've definitely conquered a lot. One of my questions that I have for you: what is your goal with Amazon? You feel me? What's your end game? Do you plan to move up even higher than that? For me, I would like to not leave Amazon. You know what I mean? I would love this to be the last company I work for and continue to move up. What's your end game? What's your goal with Amazon?
To me, with Amazon in general, there is no limit to what you can do, and my end game is to retire from Amazon. I love this company. I love what this company does for people. I love like being in a company where it's like, if you don't work within the company and you don't put the effort into your job, okay, then you're not going to get anything out of it. And I may be trailing off a little bit here, but I would like to see myself get into to become a senior one day. But I really want to stay into the learning department, because the learning department allows me a lot to get into path, to stay an expert in my field, in my two fields, and just like kind of, it's like, for me, it's just learning. I love learning, man.
That's what's up. Nice. So a senior, that's your goal as a senior.
One day. I'm still like I've only been a learning trainer for 5 months, so I'm still learning the job.
Right. But no, that's good. That's important. You know what I mean? Like, it's important to have goals so you can know where you're going. It's important to have goals so you can, continue to glance on that when those times, those challenging times come. You're like, yo, this is getting crazy right now, but I got to keep my eye focused. I still got somewhere to go. So that's, even though it may seem like a far away, it's far away. It's still, important to know, at least, shoot for the stars. At least you land on the clouds. You know what I mean? So that's official. That's official. Let me see. So would you ever go back to like operations if it was open?
I've asked myself that question a couple of times. Would I go back to operations? Possibly, but my whole mindset is I don't want to order people around. I want to help keep people get better. So I'm going to have to say, if the opportunity presented itself now, I would not get in that back into operations.
So even if, like, let's say, even if you can get to that senior, because I'm pretty sure since you've been, even with being with Amazon 2 years, I'm sure you've seen the ones who bounce to move up faster. So if you could have that opportunity to bounce in the operation to move up 2 levels and then bounce back to your end goal as a senior in learning, would you do that, or you want to just keep the straight path of just learning?
Oh God, that's a good question. Um, my mindset right now is I would keep the straight path to learning.
That's official.
But you just never know with Amazon because things change every single day.
Facts.
Like, they're not lying when they say every day is day one.
That's a fact. That's funny. And no, I asked that question because I even asked myself that question. Like, I'm kind of, I don't know if it was the vacation I went on or what, but I'm feeling it again. So it's like, if I did, I have a resume out or application in for AM, and that's what I thought myself, like, man, would I want to just stay straight operations, or would I bounce around to get to that operations, which that's my end goal. If I get into salary, there's no way I can stay in L4. I would have to, get to that operations. And I asked that question because my answer was, I would bounce. You know what I mean? If I had to go learning, I would go to learning. If I had to go admin or wherever I had to go, I would do it to get that end game operation manager position. But I would like the operations manager position I would like it to be in operations. Like, I don't know why. I just love operations. I love the volume. I love the go. Just the passion that you have for learning. I love it on the operation side. So that's cool. That's cool.
The whole thing with the seniors is becoming a senior maybe one day is the seniors in my building have been instrumental to me, like learning and just kind of developing the way I want to lead people or the way I want to actually do my job. I had an operations manager in PCF, and I'm a 45-year-old man. And I'll tell you one thing, one of my biggest joys has been able to learn from people who are half my age, the way they treat people, the way they act towards people, how they get things done. Our PCF manager, I'm not going to name drop right now, but he's an amazing man. And when I was working towards my promotion, I said, that's how I want to shape myself to be. I want to encourage. I don't want to put down. I want to push people I want to get behind people and push people over the finish line. That's how I shaped my whole career. But the seniors are so supportive of everything. You just got to make sure you talk to them the right way.
That's a fact. That's good to hear.
I'm gonna take one quick break. I got to see if I can switch rooms because this little girl here is getting upset that I'm keeping her away.
No problem. Go ahead. Let me know. Just give me the thumbs up in the camera and I'll pull you back in. All right. So we still got Eddie. He's going to be back. Some good stuff, man. Shout out to Eddie. That's one thing I love about Amazon too, man. You really come across, as I said, it's a big network when it comes to the actual work network, but it's a ginormous network when you come and you talk about the people network. Like when I even talked about Ali and Tim last week and them getting their promotion, people was in the comment section, yo, I know Ali and Tim, they're beasts and I'm like, what? How? You know what I mean? But it's just crazy. The network is like that. It's crazy. You know what I mean? So even when it comes to the people, it's official. What's that? Carapack says, how did you get into corporate, SB? Okay, we got Eddie ready as well. Let's bring Eddie back in here. So we have this question real quick. How did I get into corporate? Basically, I just applied for it. You know, if you're trying to move up, especially if you're trying to move wherever you're trying to go, if you just want a promotion in general, you're trying to just climb the ladder, you want to keep your eyes on Job Finder for the positions that's open. Definitely want to make sure you have information on the jobs. And I would say don't even just get the information, because you can click on the position, it'll read it to you. But I would try to reach out to at least 4 people in that position and get feedback from them, because it's like sometimes a position will say this, you get there, it's like, yo, this is not what I thought I signed up for. So keep your eyes open on Job Finder, and that's what I did. I was an L3 PA. I was going for the L4 area manager, and that didn't go through. And that's where I'm going to do a vlog on that. I've kind of just been waiting to do a vlog on that. But I got to the point where it's like, you know what? It was another position that was open for corporate. Let me shoot my shot for that. And it was funny because the people that I talked to was all like, oh, it's a lot of math. It's a lot of this. It's a lot of that. None of it sounded good to me. But I was like, let me just shoot my shot. And I got it. You know what I mean? It was crazy, wild. But yeah, that's how I did it. Definitely keep your eye on Job Finder. It's definitely positions there. Beauty says, but I know I need the other trainer that's been highly recommended 7 times to you. If you need that training, keep doing it. Try to soak up as much as you can. That's all I can really think of. But if you continuously need the training, I would say, and it's available, I would still just continue to do it. Carlos says, what would be some reasons an internal transfer didn't get accepted? What would you think on that, Eddie?
It's going to be the same answer I gave before. It's going to be labor costs, labor needs. If you got write-ups in your adapt, you're not going to get it for at least 30 days from the write-up period. But you got to remember, where are the labor needs?
Got you. What about doc coachings? If you have doc coachings on your little thing, that doesn't hinder you from internal transfers. Just
no, because they generate like from the starter shift to the end of shift. So gotcha. And we call them GCAs, guided coaching. It's that's more of an operations thing, but it's like, hey, you made this many mistakes during this period. Or like you were a PA, so I'm sure you had to deal with HRRs and masterminds, like on floor health, stuff like that. They don't stay on it unless it's like a really bad problem, like you're causing like 100 pieces of amnesty to fall onto the AR floor. Then we're gonna have a problem. Then you got to look at it like you're gonna get some kind of a negative feedback. But you got to. It's a business need. It's labor demands. Like that's what you got to look at when you think of internal transfers.
That's a fact, and that's even the same way when people get hired on. Because people will get hired on like, "Yo, what do you think I'm gonna be?" It's like you really have no clue where you're gonna work at. I think even what I put on, I didn't end up doing that because it really does go back to business need, what's needed in the building, from my opinion, what I've seen. Steve says he was always on the first floor at Pack Single, so you probably seen me there, Eddie. He says I steer clear from upstairs.
Love it. Steve, if you get to answer this in time, what's your shift schedule?
So what shift schedule are you on, Steve? Dude says learning usually has me write up training tickets if an associate gets on accommodation. Nice. Mm-hmm. James, shout out to you, James. Says I definitely agree with that. I'm a big 4-month-old FC OMA too, and there are people moving up really fast. I've been there for about 2 months and I've grown a lot and learned a lot. That's amazing, But I always try to tell people, know what you want or try your best, to have a plan. I definitely think Amazon's a job where you should have a plan, because if not, you'll just be there. As long as you're there, you look up and you're in the same position, which is nothing's wrong with that. But if you want to move up, be sure that, you execute on it. Have a plan. Go talk to your managers. And you really do have to not be a people person. Yeah, you kind of got. Yeah. Do you think you have to be a people person? You do, huh? Or
Absolutely.
what do you think? Yeah, huh?
You got to be a people person, but you also got to be respectful too.
Facts. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
fact. Definitely communicate to your manager, PAs. Let it be known that you want to move up. At least so you can get some. At least so you can get guidance. So Steve says he was an ambassador too, so you probably seen him coming by the learnings desk. Okay, maybe. James says he started as a regular associate and has taken the bull by the horns. Now a PG, anything is possible if you want it. Good stuff, James. That's what I'm talking about. Good
My dude,
stuff.
keep going.
Facts. CDK said, would you switch buildings to get an L3?
Yes,
Nice.
absolutely.
Why? Why is that?
Because I mean, as much as I want to stay in learning, I mean, like, and as much as I love the fact that I work 8 minutes from my house, I still got a goal. I still got that dream in mind of moving up the corporate ladder or moving up the ladder.
Facts.
Absolutely would move to another building.
There you go. That's what's up. And that's not uncommon. That's very common at Amazon. People move buildings all the time. And I've seen people like my last senior, my last senior before I left the FC side was they bounced from building to building to building, and they went up to senior. I think it was 4 years, 5 years. Like it was quick, but they were telling me like, listen, bounce around and you'll definitely get it faster. So it just depends how, what I mean? It depends on your personal goals, your personal, what you want. It depends, it all depends on your situation. Everybody's journey is different. Because let's say if you do switch buildings, let's calculate life as well. You know what I mean? Like me, I went from my FC at GYR1. That was about 15 miles maybe to corporate, which is now 45 miles away, 46 miles away. I had to calculate before I accepted it, like, this is going to cost some more gas. This is going to be this, you know what I mean? So always be sure that you're calculating and you're not just being moved off the promotion and the money to where you get yourself in a situation that it may hurt you. Calculate everything that you're going to do. Just be very calculated and make sure you know what you're getting yourself into.
Now that is the truth right there. And this is why I say that, because I was making $41, $42 an hour as a drywall taper before Amazon, but I'm driving so much that I'm getting my oil changed every 2 weeks. I'm driving 3 hours one way to get to work. I'm spending money on gas, tolls, and everything like that. And it's funny, and this is why I say. And plus, you don't work all year long in a construction union. You work all year long at Amazon.
That's a fact.
And that's why I make more money at Amazon.
And also another thing too that I took into account leaving that building I was at, you're going to lose that support system. When you're putting in work at a building and you're moving up and they know your work ethic and you have all these different relations, you create a system, you create a network of your own in that building. So when you switch buildings, you gotta know you're going over there with a fresh new start in that network. You're gonna have to prove yourself again to the seniors and the ops and all that stuff. You have to build a new safety network at that new building. Are you willing to jump into something brand new and leave that net behind? That was something I thought about. Is like, man, I had a great net. I launched that building. I broke records in that building. Everything that you were able to do, I did. So, and to leave that was hard for me to do, but I calculated and it was best for me. So just be sure you guys keep that into account if you plan on jumping buildings to move up that ladder and get those promotions. Because that stuff plays a part. Don't get it twisted. When it comes to interviews and just connections, that plays up that what do they call it? When your endorsements, that plays a part.
Absolutely.
My ops and my seniors who endorsed me, it made a difference. So just be sure when you're jumping buildings.
One more thought on top of that, though. I'm gonna give people, if you're looking to move up and you're looking to make a name for yourself, I'm gonna give you one word: ownership. If you see an issue and you know you can help fix the issue, you own that issue.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Dude says right now they are hiring inbound for the inbound first before outbound because Prime is coming in July. That's a
Yep.
fact. Shout out to Prime. Steve said my new schedule is 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Oh, so he's in a new building now. He's at MTN1.
Okay. Yeah, it's been Delaware.
Nice, nice. Shalom said applying to move up. This Amazon physical labor is too much at 36, too old for this. Shalom, I feel you. I would definitely look into the corporate buildings. I think there's openings right now. Next time, I'll check it. Actually, in a minute, I'll check it, and we'll see right now if it's some openings there. But it depends on where you live as well, too. I forgot. It depends on where you live. But stay on the lookout on Job Finder because I feel you. If you need to get out of the physical, out of the warehouse, that may be a move for you to make. I definitely feel you on that. Peter, what's up, man? Good to see you tonight. Good to see you. Glad you tuned in tonight, man. Dude says his hits transfer every 2 weeks. Nice. And said, just got home. What up, and good to see you in the building. Good to see you in the building tonight. That's what's up. So, Eddie, any final words, any advice, any knowledge? What was one thing that we wanted to touch on? Or anything that we haven't touched on that you wanted to touch on?
Yes. So there's a lot of things with the economy right now and stuff like that. Amazon's become a way of life for people. Yeah, and you got to remember one thing, and this is, and like we said in the beginning of this is my opinion. This does not reflect of what Amazon thinks, of my opinion. So,
Right.
but quick story, there's a building that did nothing but customer returns in New Jersey, and they shut down because customer returns, you can actually put that in any of the fulfillment centers as well, and it's just be fine. But nobody got laid off. As a matter of fact, they toured, I think, 4 separate buildings in our area, and they had a choice of where we wanted to go to, of where they wanted to go to. We absorbed like 2/3 of their workforce. We did it with open arms. We trained them great and everything like that. So it was a little bit of a customer returns in a fulfillment center, and that's like a little bit of a culture shock. But they got to tour the building to see what it was like.
Nice.
Just remember one thing: if you're looking to move up, okay, be respectful to your peers. Be respectful to anybody who's a level higher than you. You got to have complete ownership of everything that you do. Okay. And my biggest advice is if you're great at what you do, help somebody else become great. Like make your customer obsession your team all around you. It's a total team effort from receive to ship dock.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I know one thing too that we're going to talk about, and we'll touch on that briefly. Injuries. I've actually seen they had a few articles within the last month when it came to Amazon. I never touched on them because that's pretty deep when you look into it. So there's certain topics that I don't push the issue on the channel for certain reasons. But what's some ways that you think people can make sure that they don't injure themselves working on the job?
So look, I mean, I'm a 45-year-old guy. During my 2 years here, I've had major back surgery that kept me out for 6 months, and I had a pacemaker implanted because my heart wasn't beating. Okay, it gets hot. Drink plenty of water. Don't stop drinking water. They're not going to get upset with you if you take 30 seconds to go get water. If you're going to eat like a bag of Doritos and a hoagie and then expect to be able to be producing, like save that stuff for after work. You know what I mean? Take care of yourself. Take care of your health, take care of your diet. At 45 years old with a bad back and a pacemaker, I can still make great with everything I do. You guys can do it too. We're all built differently. Don't get me wrong, but you gotta set your sights on how am I going to come to work and then be able to go home not hurting and not wanting to go right to bed and enjoy the rest of my evening.
Right. That's true. That's true. So, as from a learning trainer, this just popped up, or I'm just kind of curious with this. What department? I know which one. We said which one was kind of like your opinion on the best and the worst. What from you being a learning trainer? Which one do you think kind of has the most challenges when it comes to like quality or productivity? We'll start with quality first. Which department, as a learning trader, do you guys see a lot or a lot of challenges when it comes to productivity?
Picking. So
Wow.
picking because it's a total science. Like I said, you always pick with two hands because that keeps stuff from overhanging, like pulling stuff out and letting it overhang. Um, People think that they don't find an item in the bin. You got to like take every item out of that bin, and you got to use the hand scanner, scan the item, 6-sided check, make sure you're looking for all barcodes. It's not the one, put it back. Once you go through that process, then it's a missing item. And you always make sure you don't follow the light, you follow the color and the number and the letter that's on the screen to where the bin is.
So
Major importance.
there's some validity to this then. Like literally a lot of people's like, oh man, the rate is kind of hard. So you're saying where you've seen the most challenges when it comes to productivity is in picking.
Yes. I
That's
mean,
deep. Wow.
everybody has their issues, but the thing is, picking can't do their job if stowing is not doing their job properly. They got to follow robots. They got to follow.
Uh,
They got to make sure they're not stowing master packs. They got to you know what I mean. They got to make sure they're not stuffing bins and books. Stand your books up. You know what I mean. Title casing out.
right.
Picking
So
picking I'm sorry. Picking is successful when the stower follows what they're supposed to do with bin etiquette and
mm,
everything.
and we all know that doesn't happen all the time. You can't. That's not a guarantee.
Of course not. Of course not.
So let's say if because I remember my first write up was due to overages. So let's say if somebody stows a master pack, how does that affect picking?
So what happens is if you stow a master pack and I have to pick from that master pack, okay, it affects the count. Okay, it actually affects
Ah,
quality because now we don't have an accurate count. So you're affecting the vendor because you're saying that's all one product. Like we're not going to ship that as one. But now you're taking time where we actually have to have that counted, and there's 3 different counts. And then also, like a picker, what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to take the item that they need, put the master pack aside, and then put on an andon for something that's non-blocking. Like if you put totes and conveyors, and then you hit yes, you can continue to work. A PA and the area manager has to come pick it up and then take it to a stow problem solver so they can stow it correctly.
so when you stow like a master pack, that's automatically creating problem solve for pick.
So you sell a master pack, and that goes into the system as one unit instead of like say
Mhm.
6 deodorants. It's going as the
Right.
one unit, okay? And everything you stow goes into the account process, which is the simple bin count, cycle count. They do all the ASIN progressions and stuff, and
Right.
finally an SRC count, which like hey, that master pack we scan it, and then what happens is you scan it, and then you say it's 6. Now you just change the count. So
Hmm.
okay, if you take a master pack as a counter and you break it open, you're gonna catch trouble for that because the only people that have the authority to change the inventory in the bin is a problem solver.
Gotcha. Okay, okay, okay. I'm learning. I'm learning. That's new to me. Okay. So so the most challenging that you've seen in your experience has been for productivity has been for pick, which is crazy because that's the most that I get people complaining about. So it's like, yo, this may be on a bigger scale than just your building. When it comes to quality, what department has the biggest challenge from what you've seen when it comes to the quality side?
I would have to say that that is a another thing. It would be a combination of pick and stow. The reason why I would say that is because of damaged items. And the problem with damaged items is sometimes if you don't know what ASIN progression is, you got to follow a progression. Like if you see like a sticker that says LPN, normally that's a sell it as is. You see like an XOO, that's normally like a sell it. Like if the item is okay, but the box is damaged, you would actually
It's
sell
good.
that.
Right.
But if you sell something like a tablet, a laptop, or something like that, and the box is damaged, and it gets down the pack, and they see it's damaged, you're going to catch a little. You're going to catch an error for that. Like you should have actually damaged it out. But biggest thing is like ask yourself, like if you're going to store something or pick something, do I want this coming to my house this way, or do I want one of my loved ones getting that kind of delivery? So quality is productivity means nothing without quality. So the quality aspects of things, quality is going to get you hung up more than productivity.
Well, I definitely wouldn't want to go into pick now. You feel me? Pick was on both of those challenges. It was on the number one challenge for productivity and low key in the mix for the challenge for quality. So yeah, that's crazy. Man, that's pretty
But also everything I just talked about, it's also the easiest things to overcome
to fix. Got
absolutely.
You.
You just got to pay attention to what you're doing.
That's a fact. Okay, real quick. Ann says, I'm not going to lie. I was grateful for my 3.5 years in Amazon, but I'm glad I'm away from the warehouse jobs. Definitely good to get out of the that work arena, if I guess you can call it that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not for everybody. That's like when I went to delivery side. Delivery is not for everybody. It wasn't for me. You know what I mean? Like, that is not a work arena that I want to be in, whether it be Amazon, UPS, FedEx, USPS. I'm cool. I'm cool off that arena in general. So I'm glad that you are finding something better than warehouse jobs. Nothing wrong with that. And congratulations. And I'm glad you continuing to level up, continue to grow. That's what it's about. It's about growing. It's about growth. And it's about, you enjoying your job. You will be surprised. Well, probably wouldn't. How many people do not enjoy their jobs? So if you're growing, you're enjoying your job, nothing wrong with that. Dew says, I helped open up customer returns in my building. So somebody else who has customer returns in their building. That's crazy. And said, yes, I transferred to Lost 2 for 1 year, thinking it was packing it as returns. It was a nightmare. I swear some returns were so duct tape and they expect a rate with the safety yellow knife. I feel you on that. Dude says, but the packages we got were undeliverables. Okay. Carlos says lifting belt, and that was when it comes to the safety tips, definitely take a lifting belt if you need it. For sure. Comfortable shoes. Please get some comfortable shoes. That's one reason I had I had a shin splint. If you don't know what that is, you don't want to know what that is. That thing hurt when I was pallet running with some terrible shoes all day. Definitely make sure you have some good shoes on. And said, yes, they were like hot commodity. They would fight over there. CBK said, what's your average rate? Okay, that's a good question. What's the average rate for picking?
My average rate is anywhere from $4.25 to $4.50 an hour. I maintain a tack time of around 7 seconds, between 6 and 7 seconds. For those who don't know what tack time is the time it takes you to get the item out of the bin, scan it, and put it into a tote. Yeah. So you should, they want you below 10 seconds, but there's no reason why people can't be between 6 and 7 seconds, or I'll say even 8 or 9 seconds. You just got to remember, don't be in the bottom 5%. If you're maintaining at least a 300 or above, you'll be fine. Is it easy to maintain a 300? Absolutely. You should have no problem maintaining a 300 or above. Ask somebody for help if you can't do it, and just listen to them. And if you're doing stuff like disappearing, going to the bathroom, being on your phone, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, what are you doing, dude?
For sure. Well, Eddie, any final thoughts from you before we let you go? Anything else that you want to say to the people?
Yes, but let's flip this around real quick. And you asked me an interesting question. Now it's my turn to ask you this question. You do this live chat. You do these awesome videos. You give us, if you don't work at Amazon, you don't really understand that it is a culture unto itself.
Facts.
What is your end game for this channel?
That's a good one. Honestly, uh, I don't really have a clear vision when it comes to the content, but I do know the plan is to, just being honest, is to widen. I started off very narrow because when it comes to YouTube, I've noticed the channels that kind of narrow in on something grow the fastest. So overall, I had four pillars that this channel was going to be based off of. It was motivation, it was supposed to be fitness, my journey moving to Arizona, and my journey on Amazon. It was four pillars, and motivation. But it was four pillars, and I was gonna like drop one video a day on each one of those pillars, and then just double down on the things that worked. So as going forward, but goal is to hit 100,000 subscribers. I want to continue the music aspect. I want to continue the motivated, like being motivated to success aspect, and then also I want to continue the even the Amazon, because it's like, man, I've been really tripped out on how many people this channel has impacted and has helped and has encouraged. Literally, I can't even count how many people have came back and been like, yo, thank you. You know what I mean? I just got my interview. I just got inclined and I was studying your videos. I watched your videos. You're one of the reasons that, helped me to actually get out of my shell and to shoot my shot countless of times. And it's just like, wow. But then on the other hand, I get countless of comments on just the motivating stuff that I post. Like, yo, I got an interview, or not an interview, I got a message from somebody on Instagram. They were like, listen, my life, what he say is like, my life is, I've been feeling worthless. And like, it was like, he was really in a dark place, but the motivating stuff that I was saying really helped him. And he went all the way to find me on Instagram and to write me that, to thank me. So the thing about YouTube is, this is the new television. This is a powerful medium. And this is something that a lot of people don't see, so I want to take that and maximize. I'm all about maximizing an opportunity, whether it be, that's why I always tell people at Amazon, and this is the problem with people. They don't see the opportunity. And there's been countless of people, even at Amazon, they didn't see the opportunity while they were there. Then they got fired. And then they hit me up like, man, I wish I was still at Amazon. You know what I mean? Because they didn't see the opportunity. You know what I mean? So the opportunity with the channel is limitless, and I'm going to push it to the limits. You know what I mean? With those pillars, I'm going to hit each and every one of those ways. And then when it comes to Amazon, it looks like, if it depends, it may be the L6 if I get back into the warehouse, but the ultimate goal is just for the finances to be enough to sustain my living and for me to put into my other streams of income. So I mostly go off the end goal, which is ultimately financial freedom, to do what I did last week, but on a bigger scale. Last week, I wasn't thinking about work. I was up in the mountains. I was on a boat. I was in the wilderness, and I didn't have any worries. You know what I mean? Mortgage paid, no bills overdue. That's good. That felt good. And then I sat back, was like, I'm going to call off another day. Then I came back finally on my office day and said, I'm going to leave early today. Like, you know what I mean? So all these Amazon, the YouTube, I wanted to utilize and maximize those things into my other things that I'm trying to do to have a life of freedom. I don't love money, but money is a resource that you can use to free up your time, to free up stress. I mean, you're like, I think you said you were married and all that stuff. So you have greater responsibilities as we're older. And it's like, to be able to, once you get older, you kind of realize the value of your time, and it's like, even with Amazon and all these jobs, we put so much time. That's the thing about Amazon too. We got to be careful about, you can be working for Amazon, look up, and it's like, oh, snaps, you've grown 4 inches. I haven't seen you in a year. Has that happened to you, or is that just me?
So yes, it has happened to me. And the other, another fun fact about me is I'm also a musician in the New Jersey area too.
What? Oh, that's right. I've seen little guitar pictures and stuff.
Doing that for many years. but the surgery, like I haven't been in it for a while with the 2 surgeries and anything. And then another thing is I'm a vintage video game collector.
Nice.
So I have all this kind of cool stuff right here.
Hey,
And
fire.
I'm also a father. I have 2 children. One is 24 years old, and then I have my 13-year-old daughter who lives here with us. That's the most important aspect of my life. Like even on days that I work, like my daughter, she'll have swim practice or something like that, and she does that from 8 to 9. It's like, you know what? No matter how tired you are, that kid comes first. She deserves that.
So with your work-life balance, do you ever find it, or do you ever find it challenging to keep that balance between work and life?
I do not, especially since I became a learning trainer. But it is something though that I had to. I really kind of had to learn that balance as I went along, because when I did my first peak season, I was never home, and when I was home,
Mm.
I was sleeping.
Right. That's a fact. That's a fact.
So you know, it's just like finding that, like Amazon, you can get lost into the Amazon culture of always being at
Facts.
work and stuff like that, especially when you get into the tier 3 positions and above. But you
Facts.
got to remember that you have to blend it with what's outside of your building.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Well, Eddie, I thank you so much for coming on the live tonight. This is not going to be the last time we have you on. Anybody, if you still have questions, even once this video is broadcasted and posted, still, if you're listening to this and it's not live and you have a question, drop it on here. Eddie he's on YouTube. He follows his channel, so he can comment, or I can comment. So be sure to drop any type of questions, even if it's for him personally. Drop your comments on there. But Eddie, want to thank you so much, man. I appreciate you so much taking your time, coming out, giving us the information, giving us your story, motivating us. You know what I mean? Because I just knew you as Eddie, the learning trainer, but coming to find out what you had to overcome to get into that position, man, that's encouraging. You know what I mean? So keep being encouraging, man. Keep killing it, and we'll definitely see you on here again.
SB, thank you for having me, man. It's been an honor being here, finally getting to talk to you.
Awesome. All right, Eddie, thank you so much, man. We got you. I got you on the gram, so we'll chop it up.
Gotcha. Love you, Amazon family. See ya.
Hey, have a good one, Eddie. Let's go. So shout out to Eddie. Man, that was dope. Got to learn, like I'm saying, that was one of the biggest things with Eddie. And that's the thing too, when it comes to Amazon and the different associates, like you get to know them personally, or do you get to see the things they overcome? That's super inspiring. Shout out to Eddie. Big shout out to Eddie, man. That's what's up. And like I said, he's our Thursday night live learning trainer. So shout out to Eddie. And like I said, any questions for him, continue to drop them or drop it in the comment section once the video is over. How are y'all feeling tonight? That was dope. I learned a lot. You feel me? I learned a lot. Like I said, I was in operations. I was in the FC on the Stowe side and outbound side. So a lot of things that he was talking about and breaking down how doing this in Stowe will affect this and picking, and how this would affect that. And I was like, noted. You feel me? I wish I would have known that back then. As a stower, we was reckless. You feel me? We was wild. We was trying to just kill the race, not knowing if you overstuffing bins, if you hanging stuff out, that's gonna cause problem on the picking side. You know what I mean? And it all plays its part. So learned a lot tonight. That was dope. So any questions? What's good with you guys, man? How you guys feeling? What's on your minds? Drop it in the comment section. Let's talk. James says FOO is very important from Stowe for pick to do their job. But also don't forget Decant has to do their part as well. Or Stowe can Stowe, and now there's loads of problem solving. That's true as well. Everybody plays their part. That's a fact. James says 100% agree on quality starting at Decant to Stowe to pick. Agree. I agree as well. Dude says June 1st, we can get free Zappos again. Hey, shout out to Zappos. I haven't had, I gave my Zappos shoes away. My stepdad, he does construction, and I had some fresh ones. They was like, I think there was some Adidas, and it was fire. It was like black and red. I got them because at first I was like, Zappos, And this was back when you didn't need steel toes, you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, let me see what they got. You got the first one free. Let me see. Oh, okay. Okay. Boom. And then it came, I wore them like, I didn't even get to wear them. I stepped down, I was like, hey, you gonna wear those? It's like, nah, go ahead, man. You can take them. You can take them. Shout out to Zappos. Valentina was good. Valentina, good to see you in the building tonight. It says from a stower to ambassador, now problem solver. Getting the hang of all of it at this point, it's not that hard once you get the hang of it. That's a fact. It's just getting the hang of it. It's just getting the information. Once you learn it, you're good. But, depending on what type of person you are and what type of the way that you learn and intake information, you know what I mean? That does play a part too. When I was learning things, that was really the most challenging part, is learning the thing. And then once you learn it, it's, you know what I mean? You'll have challenging times, but it's not nothing you can't overcome. You know what I mean? Once it's just about getting the information, getting it down, and you'll be good. Shout out to you, Valencia. With that, Valentina, my bad. Shout out to you, Valentina. Good to see you still in the chat, and good to see you still elevating. You still handling business over there for sure. Can't wait to see when you like, oh, I'm a PA now. You feel me? That's what's up. That's what's up. What we got right here says only hard part of being an ambassador, it can get hectic. Dealing with 3 associates is tiring after 2 days, but sometimes dealing with only one can feel like 3 people. That is a fact. I can't even lie. That was one of my favorite positions, not gonna lie, was in being an ambassador, because the impact is crazy. Even as Eddie was saying, he's a learning trainer. And you know what I mean? He coordinates the learning ambassadors, and he was like, yo, that position is very important. I made a vlog saying I think that's one of the most important positions, because as soon as somebody steps in the building their first day to learn, it's from an ambassador. So I know what you're talking about. You feel me? Dealing with certain people, but I think only one time I got to that point. One time, and comes to find out, the person was doing it deliberately all day, the whole day. Just imagine one person out the group, everybody cool, but one person every time you go to teach something, got a question, and it's a smart aleck question, boom, boom, every time, all day. You feel me? I've dealt with that, just to come to find out at the end of the day, he was just like, what did he say? He was like, I just wanted to see if I can get you mad. Security, army, escort this dude about the building, please. That's what I wanted to do. So yes, I agree. It could be hectic dealing with people, but that's Valentina. That's Amazon. They're going to throw a steak on your plate, 2 turkeys, some potato salad, gravy, and ice cream on top. Be like, we'll be back in 5 minutes. I hope it's finished. Like, if an ambassador don't show up, they might just toss them on your plate. I know there's a maximum, but Amazon just goes. If anybody, you feel me, who works there, Amazon just goes with the flow. So yeah, it definitely could, but try your best to just not get frustrated, because as Eddie was saying, and as Amazon always says, it's always day one. There's always some stuff going on that's new that they'll just throw out there. I feel what you're saying, though. I feel what you're saying on that. Eddie said, get you a great pair of insoles for Zappos. That's a fact. I didn't have inserts. Oh, I didn't have my Zappos, but after I had my injury on my little shin splint, insoles, I bought. That was like the first time I spent money on work shoes. I would be in there like, why are people walking around with Hirachis on? Why are people walking around with $150, $170 shoes on in the warehouse? And for the most part, people were trying to stunt. Come on now. Y'all know, well, probably not now, but it used to be a fashion show for some people in the warehouse. Am I preaching or am I preaching? Pass the collection plate, because I'm preaching right now. Oh, we all know them people who came to work because it was a fashion show. who was trying to show out. You feel me? They was finna make sure everybody seen them in the building. They go, oh yeah, I got my new shoes. It's nothing. But they made sure they went to everybody's station, went to every floor. They was even like, oh, you need me to indirect today? Just so they can be at everybody's station. Shout out to the fashion models who's at Amazon. We all know a few of them. And if it's you, hey, you know what I mean? I don't mean to offend you. Shout out to you, though. Shout out to the fashion models at Amazon. They just need to go ahead and make a runway on each floor. You feel me? Like, go ahead, get your shine, get your shine. Dude says, yes, you can order insoles. That's a fact. And they did. Oh, I just went off the whole topic. But that was the first time I spent money on shoes, was working at Amazon. Because I was like, everybody was like, get shoes. You got to get your shoes. You got to get your shoes. I was like, yeah, whatever. I ain't trying to do that. Got injured, got a shin splint. But once I invested in some shoes, I spent like $150 on shoes. And it was worth it. It was needed. And I got insoles for them as well. Needed for sure. That's a fact. Valentina says, for problem solve, only part was difficult, memorizing it all, but it can be done. That's a fact. It definitely can be. SB, what up, dude? What's good? You finna go deliver or what? You finna go out there and deliver these humans or what? What you got going on, dude? Or you working HR right now? Dude's in the back of it, the HR, closed the door, closed for the day, and they're listening to the live. No, I'm playing. Valentina says, but I love dealing with people, so it's a small price to pay. It's pretty fun. That's a fact. It makes it complete. You know what I mean? It's not, you know, like you're gonna have the challenges. That's a challenge. Dealing with difficult people is a challenge. But it overall makes it makes it, you know what I mean? It makes it fun. It completes, there you go. It completes the job. Eddie said he finna go to sleep. Shout out to you, Eddie. Man, thank you so much for tuning in. Eddie, be sure to get you some rest, man. Be sure. Valentina says, the part you said about requesting you as an ambassador, my fault. My dog popped up right now, so I was reading, but I was watching over there like, what is he gonna do? I got a Great Dane. He's too big if he moves too crazy. I got the lights right here. Can y'all hear him? I hear him walking away. I'm like, yo, what he finna trying to do? So, all right. So just Valentina says, the part you said about requesting you as an ambassador is true. I'm not only Stowe ambassador, I also train newbies to drive pit. Oh, you train in pit too? And for those of you that don't know, pit is like forklifts and all the, what does it stand for again? That stands for, I forgot. But it's like the machines, the pit machine, the forklifts, all that type of stuff. That's what's up. Apparently pickers don't have enough trainers, so I train pickers. That's what's up. You over there killing it. You just in all over the place. That's what's up. And to drive order pick or to drive order pick. Shout out to you, Valentina. That's good though. You're getting all of that under your belt on your resume. You're gonna be good. You're gonna be a PA in no time. That's a fact. Pat the Gamer, what it do, Pat? Good to see you in the building tonight. Good to see you. We're 2 hours in. That's what's up. That's what's up. Feels like I'm just warming up right now. Seems like we just getting into this thing. Shout out to, if y'all tuned in right now, if you haven't hit that like button, go ahead and hit that like button. Dude says she's heading out and just going to sleep. Eddie, thank you for your time and your stories. Dude, much love and appreciation to the HR department. They were huge when I had to have my surgeries and making sure I was taken care of. I know, get you some sleep, Eddie. But that's a big thing too. I've seen a lot of people who go out like on injuries, and then you know what I mean. It's difficult in that area. Why LeBron James behind me talking about tacos right now? That's the real question. What's going on right now? And didn't they lose? Why are you over here talking about tacos, LeBron? But shout out to you, Eddie, for sure. Let me see who's this. Dude says, I did 3 Lyft rides earlier for my gold status. Okay, gold status. We got Dude over here killing it at Amazon and killing it on the Lyft. Wait, Lyft? Yeah, on the Lyft. That's what's up. I'm still going to try it. You feel me? I'm still going to do a Lyft video. When am I going to do Lyft? I got to set a date. If I don't set a date, I'm going to keep just pushing it off. I think I'm going to do Lyft. We're in May. Got to be, I'm about to say got to be summer, but I don't know. I'm in Arizona. So the summer out here is different. We got a different type of summer. It's like What's that? Vegas summer. It's different. It be hot. What you say? Pat the Gamer says, "Are we doing a 3-hour stream again?" I don't know, fam. I'm feeling good though. Usually by this time, I think because Eddie was on here and I had somebody else to kind of boom, he hopped in, I hopped in, so I kind of conserved my energy instead of me just going wild the whole night. Because usually once we hit that 2-hour mark, or usually like 2:30 or 3, after the lives, I'll be burnt. You know what I mean? I'm going on the couch, cutting on Shark Tank and chilling. But I'm feeling good, I'm feeling good right now. So who knows how long it's gonna go? It kind of depends on y'all. As long as y'all want to go. No, hold on. Let me take that back. I think we'll keep it to 2:30. So I got about 25 more minutes on here, 25 minutes on more minutes on live, and then we'll probably wrap it up. Catherine said, "Thanks, Eddie. Lots of great information." Definitely was. Super dope getting to hear the perspective from a learning trainer. I had more questions, but I was just looking at the time like, snaps, I don't want to have him. You know what I mean? I know he has a life. So, wanted to make sure I respected his time as well. But it's good, though. It gives us time, and it gives us a chance to have us back on again. One thing I wanted to do with him as well, I wanted to get his perspective on some things I didn't get to touch on, but we'll save that for the next one. So it's all good. Let's see. It says... Dude said, "I can make big money if I lived in facts." She said, "I can make big money if I lived in Vegas with Lyft." I know a few people like that I watch on YouTube, or I kind of tap in. I don't really watch those channels consistently, but I watch it every now and then just to see how the market is. I try to stay in tune with all the markets right now with the, the economy, the way that it is. And there's some people that's in Vegas killing it. There's at least 2 people I know out here in Arizona that's killing it. How are you killing it in Arizona? I don't know. I think because they stay in the most popular areas. They know the time to hop on and all that stuff, and they're killing it. So that's what's up. Shout out to the Lyft drivers. You feel me? I'm gonna try it. That's for sure. SB got staying power. Hey, I be trying, fam. I'll be trying. In the Sacramento area, it sounds like that'll be a busy area. I'm not sure. Gotta be up at 4 a.m. Dude, get you some sleep. Get you some sleep. I'm off tomorrow. You feel me? So we just here chopping it up, I just got off the vacation, 6 days. I came to work one day, and then I have another 4 days off. So I think I have 2 more days of work. Of days off. What's today? Thursday. I got Friday off, Saturday off, and I go back Sunday. So I'm feeling good, feeling rested. What'd you say, dude? When I went on Vegas on my away team, you was out there doing Lyft on the away team? No, you was? Dude don't be playing. She be grinding. Shout out to you, Catherine. Catherine says she about to get some rest. Get you some sleep. Get you some sleep. That's when you made up your mind to do Lyft. Got you. I made up my mind. I just got to do it. But also what I've been focusing on, I think I said it. Did I say it tonight? Oh no, I shot some vlogs tonight. I think I said it in the vlogs. I don't know. But fitness, listen, if you're working in an FC or a facility or warehouse work, you're good. You know what I mean? You're getting your fitness, you're walking around, you're keeping your blood moving. But me on the corporate side, for like the last couple months, especially once I stopped doing the delivery, I've been just sitting a lot, so I have been having to get back into the gym. Something tough. Oh, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Hold on. I'm supposed to be going to the gym. Hold on. Let me check this time. All right, we good. So yes, that's what I have to do. I don't have to go to work, the job, but I got to go to work in the gym. You feel me? In 25 minutos, I'm finna hit this gym. So that's my work for the night. I went to the gym yesterday. And the day before that, I've been getting like 2.5, 3-hour sessions in. I know that sounds crazy, but when I go in, I start the cardio for like 45, no, not 45, let me calm down, like 25 minutes. Then I do a full body workout and finish off the workout with another long cardio workouts. So I'm doing that in 20 minutes. You feel? And it's worth it mentally. You physically go make sure if you're not in the You really don't need to do that much if you're in a facility because you're moving all day anyways. But your health, yeah, come on, yeah, that's a big thing right there. Make sure you guys are on that. Pat the Gamer says, I finally got permits for hazmat. Been waiting 3 months. Yesterday, started doing the role. Finally, even I did my training months ago. That's what's up. I'm glad that you finally got into a spot that you wanted to be into. That's official. Congrats to you on that, fam. I hope that all works out well. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you kill it too. Pat the Gamer. That's what's up. I'm still in a place I really don't want to be. I'm still in corporate. I'm trying to get back into the FC. You feel me? Uncle Jeff. Hey, Uncle Jeff. Give me my dog. My dog looked like, who you talking? Who this crazy dude talking to? Get me back in this FC. Oh, shout out to Carlos. What's good, Carlos? I finally got to catch one of your live streams. I usually work 6 days night shift. 6 days? Okay, Carlos. Okay, Carlos over here holding it down. He said, I usually work 6 days night shift. Spooky hours. At Amazon as a MRA. Oh, we got RME. Okay. Shout out to you, Carlos. RME Tech and Training. I saw you had a guy from a third party on your channel now in RME. Yes. Shout out to RME. Shout out to you, Carlos. I know RME, they make some good money, so shout out to you on that. RME is, it looks like an easy job. Is it easy? It seems like a chill job. I'm not gonna lie. And the reason why I said it's like it doesn't seem like they have rate. I wonder, Carlos, do you guys? And this is something I should have asked Chris. Do you guys have any type of rate or something, or does the job have to get done in a certain amount of time? As RME, that's something I would like to know. Pat the Gamer, laugh out loud. But shout out to RME. I just put in, like I said, a resume, another one for an AM position. So I'm hoping, actually, I'm not hoping anything. I'm just letting, you feel me, whatever happens. And my current stance, like I got 2 resumes. If something happens, cool. If not, cool. It was funny because I had a one-on-one with my manager, and it was like, oh, yeah, I saw you apply, but you want me to reach out to the hiring manager? You want me to do this? You want me to do that? And put in a good word, boom. I was like, nah. He'd be like perplexed. When he be talking to me, he'd be like, this dude's different. Like, nah, I didn't even want to don't put in a word or nothing. Whatever happens. That's how I feel right about now. Pat the Gamer says, Hazmat was kind of chill. At least I got to sit on the seat. Shout out to Pat the Gamer. You got to sit down working at Amazon? You sat? What building you work at? You got to sit down? That's next level right there, Pat. Man, I ain't never sat. You don't sit in Amazon. As a PA, I would stand at the desk, walking around, checking the walls, checking all the conveyors, checking up on slam machine, checking up on the conveyors on the other side. Ain't no sitting. But I like that. I'm not going to lie. I love that. At first, I did it. My body was like, sit down. Y'all want to know what's funny? The only calls I got today was on live. That's funny. Shout out to y'all that's calling my phone right now. If you're tuning in, I'll call you after. Oh, snaps. Oh, there's some comments there. Let me see. No, that's a fact. Lego said, I thought your manager disappeared. I got to do a vlog on it. Oh, did I already put that in the vlog? I think I did. Yeah, he did. Don't know what happened. I don't want to dig too deep. You know what I mean? But yeah, he disappeared. But this was before I went on vacation. After he politically correctly, in the most political correct way he could, tell me my approved vacation was no longer approved. Yeah, that's when he told me if there was anything he can tell, if there was anything I wanted him to do with the resumes that I had put in. And I was telling him, like, nah, I'm good. And so that was like before the vacation. But when I got back from vacation, that's when I was like, where's my manager? Where'd my manager go? They're like, oh, he's not here. Gotta go. It's like, all right. So yeah, I don't have a manager. I guess I got a manager, but I looked on his staff. I'm not there. I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now, but I know I clock in at 6:30 in the morning. Sunday through Wednesday. Oh, snaps. Carlos says our rate is de-escalation of SEV. The longer we take, the more corporate gets impatient and they start sending army techs in the region to one building. Oh, snap. That's crazy. But you guys handle more than just SEVs, don't you? Like, even you guys handle jams. I know when like a conveyor belt breaks, you guys handle that. Do they like not give you guys any time limit on those things? Like, or does it depend on the thing that you're doing that there's a time limit? You know what I mean? Because yeah, we used to call y'all for everything. The slam machine is jammed. Hey, hit up Army. You feel me? Conveyor belt broke. Call Army. The light on the conveyor, you feel me? It won't clear even though the box is cleared. So you guys got to reset it and do all this other stuff. Recalibrate it. Call Army. So I don't know. I don't know. I just thought you guys would have like some sort of time limit because it's Amazon, and they put time limit on everything. Y'all see my dog right here? Oh, he ran away quick. Oh, now you don't want to be on camera? What you doing? What you doing? He over here doing the most. That's what he's doing. As soon as I started recording, he started rolling out. Y'all hear him? Here you go. Here you go. Where are Leo? Let me see. DJ Reezy, what's good? DJ Reezy, what's good with you, fam? Look, here he about to pop in the camera. Marshy, what's up? Y'all see him? Great Dane. I'm sitting down. I'm 6'3", sitting down, and he almost at my shoulder. DJ Reezy, what's good? What you say? DJ Reezy said, I just came back to work after 2 months of medical leave. I have a new manager and I have to build a new reputation. I know how you feel, fam. As we always say, we know how that turnover, them they come and go quick. Look, he said 2 months already got a new manager. Man, well, I'm glad that you made it back. That you back on the scene. That's what's up, fam. And good to see you in the chat, DJ Reezy. Good to see you. I'm trying to figure out what this dog over here trying to do. He don't do this only when I'm live or only when I'm trying to shoot a vlog. He started doing weird stuff. Carlos says, and just a little bit about me. I'm 23 and being young. 23 in RME. 23 in RME. Hey, I'm 23 in RME. Hey, rapping ain't no R&B. Hey, shout out Carlos. That's the homie she. Hey, all right. See, now y'all know I'm getting tired. I start rapping. 23 in R&B. That's what's up, Carlos. That's what's up, my dude. You're making some nice money for 23. Congrats. It says, being young in the Army department is probably the only difficult thing. You get no respect. I can see that. From the older techs, and some don't really teach you and even want to. But guess what, Carlos? You're going to win anyways. You're going to kill it anyways. You know what I mean? That's just one of those challenges. You know what I mean? It's plenty of challenges. That's just one you got to deal with. But you're going to kill it. You're going to level up and smash it anyways. You know what I mean? We rooting for you over here, Carlos. You got this. Just by you being in there that young, you're gonna be that much more of a beast as you get, you know what I mean, as you put that time in. Shout out to you, Carlos. You're gonna kill it. Lego my ego. Had some egos. Do they sound good? Nah, that's too much syrup. But they used to be bomb though. I've been eating better. No. Actually, I have a little bit. I haven't had no energy drinks. It's been 2 months, no energy drink, no purple rock stars. I haven't had coffee for over a month. Been killing my water and tea. Even with the smoothies, I kind of haven't been drinking those smoothies either. My kryptonite has still been Cold Stones. I had some today, y'all. Fire Cold Stones. Oh, I didn't read your question. I saw Lego my ego. I think I'm hungry. Look, I just read your name and had flashbacks of just butter on the leg of my ankle with the syrup just dripping. Yeah, I think I'm hungry. Anyway, it says, what does it say in phone tool? What is what say in phone tool? Oh, it don't say nothing. The name's not highlighted no more. So that's how you know he's not there. But they don't ever tell you. You know, this is Amazon. They don't tell you why somebody, you know what I mean? What happened? Especially in that level. When it comes to salary is like this. They keep quiet. They know protocol, what information to put out, what information not to put out. So they're not really gonna say unless you're close to the situation. Hopefully he just got something better. I hope so. You know, that'd be dope. I hope he leveled up. If he, well, not at Amazon, he didn't because his name's not highlighted no more. So maybe he got another job somewhere else that's better. That happens so frequently when it comes to these L4 managers. Not even just L4 managers. When it comes to L5s, when it comes to operations, when it comes to seniors, these people be leaving Amazon to go to other companies. That's why I be like, never mind. But anyways, yeah. DJ Reese said, I'm coming up on 2 years and OLR is next. My new manager won't be able to fight for my opportunity for L4. You know that's how it goes. That's how it goes, man. It sucks, but hopefully you still get it anyways. You know what I mean? Hopefully, other people who've seen you, you know, hopefully other managers, hopefully ops. You feel me? You got the same ops. I'm hoping, but all you can do is continue to kill it, get back to how you was killing it, and hopefully you still get that position, man. I hope you do. I'm pretty sure you will. You have a great mindset, a great work ethic. And most of all, you have a great outlook on people. A lot of people don't have that. You feel me? You're going to continue to level up. You got this. Carlos says, operation usually drops a Sev 1 if we can't get it up and running. That's a fact. In 10 minutes? I thought it was longer than that. Sev 1? You feel me? I don't know. Maybe it depends on what, but Sev 1 is serious. Yeah, we never dropped it at Sev 1 unless it was like the whole flats went down for that long and the scan box went up to, I think it was 8,000 scanned or 5,000. No, yeah, I don't think it's 8. I think like 5,000 scanned. Then they would drop that Sev 1. But if we just had one conveyor down, we'll build up wall. Oh, this is on the pack side. But we'll build up walls. You feel me? Pull people off other walls to go take those boxes and take them to the slam machine. But yeah, a Sev 1 in 10 minutes, that has to be like for something big. But that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Who's this? Hey, what it do, man? What's good with you, Malik? How you doing? Good to see you in the building tonight. Good to see you. Good to see you tuned in, fam. DJ Reezy said, always good to catch the lives. Keep up the motivation. You're doing great things out here. I'm trying. Just trying to do the best I can do. You know what I mean? Trying to do the best I can do. Be the best me that I can be. What we got? Lego said, I picked up VET for tomorrow. It's been rare since February. Lots of call outs for holiday weekends. Man, but that's good that you're in a building where now you're finally getting some VET. Take advantage of it, and use it to whatever you need to get done. You feel me? Handle it. Bills that got to be paid off, pay it. You know, money that got to be saved up, save it. Good stuff on that. In my building, we've been having VET every other week. I got called VET on my vacation. You feel me? And I used my time to not do it. I low-key wanted to do it, but I said, no, I'm on vacation. I'm not doing it. But shout out to y'all for having VET, man. Everybody out there that has VET, take advantage of it. Pat the Gamer said, DJ Reezy, tell me about it. We lose 2 PAs and 2 managers at my site. Sucks not having them anymore, but we're all getting there. Man. Hey, what's going on, fam? How you doing? Hey, man, good to see you. Good to see you in the building again. Good to see you, my guy. Good to see you. Carlos says, I really appreciate that. And if you need more info on the program, MRA. So if any other of your viewers or any other of your viewers that are tier 1s are interested in Army, let me know for sure. Bet. Thank you on that. Appreciate that, Carlos, for real. Because there's a lot of, even as a PA, people ask me, how do I get into Army? I didn't really know, but I think you just go to Job Finder, if I'm not mistaken. right? I think so. I'm not sure. But I was just on Job Finder like 2 days ago. Here he go. Y'all hear him? Here he go. He don't ever do that until I go live. Yeah, I think I saw an opening on one of the buildings I was checking out on Job Finder the other day. DJ Reezy says, I'm on the third operations manager, and he's been hiding out a lot lately. He's busy with a new project of replacing KBS with our people. You gotta love them projects. You feel me? You gotta love them projects. I haven't done no projects since I've been in corporate. Don't plan on doing it. Not gonna do it. Shout out to corporate though. But in the warehouse, yeah, definitely got to stay on them projects. I'm excited, man. I'm excited about life right now. How are y'all feeling? It's Thursday. What time is it? Oh, it's 9:26. I got to get ready for the gym. My night's just starting, But if you still in the building, be sure to hit that not the notification bell. If you ain't subscribed, hit the subscribe button first of all. But hit the like button. That helps the video out once we publish it, once the live is over, to go into the, what they call that thing, the metaverse, with the algorithm, you feel me, all that. Be sure to hit that like button. That's how you feel? That's how you feel? I would turn the camera. Every time I start talking, he want to do it. He funny. He know y'all watching. He playing these games while y'all watching. Let me see. It's 12:26 on the East Coast. Shout out to everybody on there. What's up? And he just looking. Here we go. What's up, Mark? What's up? You good? Why you only act up when I'm on camera? Only when I'm on camera. Huh? You straight? What you need? Only when I'm on camera, he want to start acting up. 12:26 on the East Coast. Shout out to y'all that's on the East Coast that's awake right now. On a Thursday, you feel me? That's what I'm talking about. Lego My Ego says you need a second job just to feed that humongous dog. This thing's a beast. Yo. He's big. He's a Great Dane, and he's a what do they call him? It's the one from Harley Quinn. There you go. If you Google Great Dane and you type in Harley Quinn, that's his coat. He looks like a Dalmatian. Everybody be like, yo, that's a big old Dalmatian. I'd be like, nah. I'd be like, oh, that's what's up. But it's a Great Dane. He's a big boy. This dude's big old dog. And I'll be in the office. When I go to my office days, it's so many people in there with their dogs, and it always reminds me, like, man, most people's dogs is small. But yeah, he does. He eats like a human. You feel me? Facts. Bye, Dave. What's good, Dave? How you feeling, fam? Says dog works in Amazon. He's sorry. You feel me? He over here complaining about his bathroom breaks. That's what he over here whining like, man, my TOT, you feel me? Uncle Jeff is on my head right now. I didn't got to write up and no, not my dog. My dog ain't getting no write-ups. You feel me? My dog over here getting promotions. He climbing up the little puppy ladder. Oh, snaps. Shout out to you, Dave. Good to see you in the building, fam. I seen you on the comment section on one of the videos the last few days, so thank you so much for supporting. All you guys who be supporting, dropping in the comment section on the videos, leaving a comment, liking the videos, sharing the videos, that stuff helps. So I really appreciate all you guys for sure. Look, Malik said 2 jobs. I'm down. I still got 1 job, y'all. I remember I said I was going to give it 2 months to see if I was going to step back into that 2-job situation. And it's been cool. It's been good. I haven't been scoping the economy like I usually was. So I don't really know the temperature. I mean, I know the temperature. It's cold. It's cold outside in the economy. But I do know it's been a whole lot more jobs closing. I know a lot of stores have been closing. Did I say jobs closing? It's been a whole lot of stores closing. It's real. It's still looking tough. You know what I mean? It's still a storm out there for sure. It's live. Dave says, man, the favoritism of our building is crazy. Anywhere. Why are you so quiet? And I was like, hold up. You know what I mean? What's going on? My air cut off though. I was like, yo, it got silent. All right. But yeah, there's always gonna be favoritism, fam. It's gonna be, especially when there's so many people around. Amazon is like a perfect hub, a perfect place to breed favoritism. It does that happens a lot. But you feel me? Gotta just go through it. There's been so many times I had to deal with favoritism, whether it came in all levels. When it came to being an indirect, you got the manager who loves this person over here, and they always want to put them there. When it came to being an ambassador, no, not really an ambassador, because they kind of needed the ambassador is a position where they need your skill more than their personal feelings or whatever personal relations. They need a job to get done. So I never really had I can't think of any favoritism going on there. But favoritism is a fact. That's a real thing. DJ Reezy said, I had my one-on-one with my new manager. She asked, what projects do you have in mind, DJ Reezy, to make me look better? That I can get my promotion and leave you here, sir? Is that what she said? Is that what that translated to? How the first thing she gonna say, what projects you working on? Excuse me? What project you working on? You feel me? Let me calm down. It's getting late. I'm sorry, y'all. It's getting late. My thoughts come out my mouth quick when it's this late. Let me catch them. She said, what projects you working on? See, if I go back to the FC, I have to adjust myself to politically correctness again. I would have looked, my face would have like transformed a little bit. I would have caught it though. But I would want to look at her like this. You feel me? All right, but let me finish the comment just in case I took it the wrong way. Anyways, I had my one-on-one with my manager. She asked me, what projects do I have in mind? I told her I'm not doing the project. DJ Reezy. Hey, DJ Reezy said, I'm in the building tonight. Why did we think the same thing? I didn't even know you put that. All I heard was, oh, that frustrated me. That frustrated me when you said the first thing she talked about is projects. And then I didn't even read the next part. He said, I told her I'm not doing any projects. This is not high school. This is not grade school. I ain't working on nothing right now. She didn't seem too happy. Why did we have the same thought? I didn't even read the comment yet, and we had the same thought. That it's like, yo, how the audacity. We have a one-on-one, and the first thing you want to come talk about is a project? Oh, DJ Reezy, we was on the same page on that one. Wow. That's hilarious. Yeah, that ain't cool. That's not cool. To me, that just goes off of, you're trying to hurt me and get your promotion. You're trying to use me. That just gives so many different things that doesn't make me feel you support me. That doesn't make me feel that you're here for my growth. That doesn't, you feel me? That just sounds like selfishness. Bad first encounter for a manager. Sorry. Any L4s in here, don't do that. Don't do that right there to your PA. Was it a young manager? She was right. She was right out of college. I guarantee it. She's probably young. I hope not. Maybe I'm wrong. L4s, L5s, ops, seniors, don't do that. That's definitely an L4 though. That's a fact. I don't see no ops doing no stuff like that. Let me gather myself. Pat the Gamer says, I found out the other day, if you're in critical roles, you are not eligible for, you're not eligible for VTO. I wouldn't take it, but sucks that I can't get it though. That's a fact, Pat. Pat, that's a fact. That's true. That's true. I remember that too. Yeah, that does suck. David Rowland. DJ Reed says, I explained, if I have to do extra work and plan on my own time, I need compensation to go with that. There's no guarantee I get promoted for projects. Man, that doesn't sound like y'all had a good one-on-one. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? It sounds like she's finna walk away feeling some type of way. And it seems like, you know what I mean? I know that don't sound like a good one-on-one. Hopefully it was, though. Hopefully it ended off on a good note. You guys are good. But, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But that's a fact. Trust me, the vlog I still haven't done to this day, which is called How Amazon Broke My Heart, is this right here. That right there. That is what that vlog is about. That's why I haven't done it yet, because no, that's a fact. There's no guarantee on projects, and it sucks. You're gonna be like, I low key, my story was cold. They did me dirty. But it's just like, but you have to be willing to do that. You know what I mean? You got to do it. That's the thing. Breaking that barrier between that L3 to L4, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna hurt. You know what I mean? What was that? Oh, okay. I'm like, yo, that's a new sound. I ain't heard that sound before. What's this thing over here doing? But no, that's a fact. You got to be willing to do projects and not. Ooh, hold on, yo. And not receive nothing in return. As sad as that is, because like we put in work. At least me, and I know you too, DJ Reezy. It's like that takes time. That takes creativeness. That takes you. You know what I mean? Projects also come to pass because of the energy you put behind it to your people. You know what I mean? And then for them just to capitalize off it and get promoted and disappear to another shift and give you the deuces, and you're still there. You know what I mean? It sucks, but that's the name of the game. Now, it doesn't always turn out like that. There are times where I've seen it where people actually get the credit for what they do, of course, with other names attached to it. That's a fact. You're not going to get around, nobody's going to get around that. Other names will be attached to projects. People are like, what's the heck is a project? Project is like something you create to improve a path. You know what I mean? That makes it better. And it's something you want to do in Amazon so you can, get, it does, so it should help you get into position to get a promotion. You're showing your, what's that? Your value. I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it because DJ Reezy is right. There's no guarantee that gets you a promotion with all the energy, all the time, all the impact that your project may do, and somebody else could just get the credit for it and fly off. You feel me? Doesn't always happen like that. I don't want it to be unbalanced. I've seen it. Yeah. Once. Yeah. Where somebody got the full credit. Now that's beautiful. I love when people create something and they get the full credit. But that's not how life works. Let's be real. Any job where there's a ladder, they're going to make you pay your dues. It's just you got to hope they don't do you dirty. You know what I mean? But DJ Reed is absolutely correct. By Dave says, yeah, SB, you helped me get through. You helped me get through Amazon. You should be one of the faces of Amazon 100. Good looking, my guy. If they pay me, you feel me? If they pay me for it, I don't know. It depends what they would have me do, But shout out to design, man. Amazon is lit. It's what you make it, But I'm glad that I was able to help, give you some encouragement, some motivation. That's what's up. I love to hear that, my dude. Keep killing it. But take advantage of Amazon. Take advantage of them. Like I always say that all the time because they're going to take advantage of you. Take advantage of them. In a good way. You feel me? Oh, my bad. I didn't read this comment. My fault. I mean, it says my building got rid of so many learning ambassadors these past few months. Why have I heard this a few times? I've heard this a few times in different comments. People saying this. That's deep. I don't know why they're doing that, but I heard that as well. Or they're making the process where you have to like apply and re-go through it or something like that. At least from somebody else, what they said. It's pretty crazy. What's good, SB? What's good? How you feeling? How you feeling? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you in the chat. I'm glad you tuned in. Everybody in the chat, if you haven't yet, be sure to hit that like button on the video. DJ Reezy says, I'm 34 and she's 26, so I have a lot of life experiences over her. She's even asked if I'm having fun at work. Bro, I'm knowing, fam. I'm knowing. I'm already knowing. Since I'm the beginning. Oh, in the beginning, I had a handful of ideas. All departments were on board except the GM. He is notorious for demanding projects and not approving. Man, DJ Reezy, try to do the best you can to maneuver through that nonsense. That's the turbulence. I call it turbulence. That's that turbulence that you have to deal with when you are trying to move up. You know what I mean? It's turbulence. It's going to get shaky. You feel me? It's going to get shaky. You maybe look around like, oh, snaps. I wasn't expecting that. Or, oh, man, that sucks. That turbulence. That's a fact. But you're gonna get there. You're going to get there, DJ Reezy. Says, bye Dave. Says, why does my building have a lot of PAs like wait. Oh, like what? I swear every time I turn my head, I see that orange vest. Hey, that's good. Well, if you're trying to move up, the reason why is because they got a lot of them. That means that's a lot of positions they're going to have to get replaced once they move up. You know what I mean? But yeah, I've never seen, well, yeah, it usually is a lot of PAs. Yeah. But I'll take, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? That just means that's more positions that's going to have to get filled. That's a fact. If you're trying to go that route. Now, if you got a lot of people walking around with the vest, you feel me, with the vest ego, yeah, that kind of sucks. But shout out to the PAs. You feel me? I'm a fellow PA. I'm going to have to bring my vest in here for this next live because I just feel like rocking the vest. You feel me? I should have had that a part of the backdrop, but I ain't got no room. So it says, I am. I feel you. I feel you, man. But everybody, it's about that time. I got to go to the gym. You feel me? Look at the arms. You feel me? I'm getting there. I'm getting it back, y'all. I'm getting it back. I'm almost there. I think I need another month of the gym to be where I want to be. But I'm definitely getting back on my fitness. And not really just, not for the looks at all, but for health. You feel me? Like, I feel great. I feel better. I don't want to say great. I feel real good, though. I feel way better than I felt last month. I've been doing my cardio, been drinking my water. I encourage y'all, stay on that water. Keep going. Stay on your wait, where am I at right here? Oh, okay. All right, Dave, you have a good one, fam. And thank you for tuning in too. Amen said, I've noticed that there are around 3 PAs for each department. It does seem like that. Well, I don't know. It kind of depends. I know for Stowe, we had 4 PAs because we had 4 floors and then we had north and south. And then we had, so for those 4 floors, so a total of 8 floors. And for 8 floors, we would have, for every 2 floors would be a PA. We have 1 PA with, let's say, 1 and 2 south. Another PA for 3 and 4 south. Another PA for 1 and 2 north. Another PA for 3 and 4 north. So we had PAs, and that's how that building ran. That building was LGB3. That was back then. I'm pretty sure they're running the same way right now. But yeah, we had 4 PAs in inbound and outbound. We ran lean because it was a launch. You know what I mean? We weren't fully like rolled out yet. So we had, first it was just me. I was the first PA in outbound in GYR1. That's what's up. I didn't even know I held that title. You feel me? I was the first PA at GYR1 for outbound. Yeah, that's a trip. And then we had other PAs come in once we continued to open and expound and expand the department. Once we got to pack singles, they had an AM over there first, and then they finally got a PA. And then we opened up downstairs AFE 1. Then we had a PA down there. Then Sort Side, they finally had a PA. So, yeah, you're right. Around 3 or 4 PAs, but I'm pretty sure that can vary by building, though. Facts, especially outbound. All right, Lego. Good seeing you, fam. Good seeing you. Is that normal? Yeah. Yes, that sounds about right. But yes, you feel me? I'm with y'all. It's 9:45. I'm finna go get in this gym. But I had a great time chilling with you guys tonight. I'm thinking I might go live on Monday just because I've been trying to find a way to do more lives, but my schedule has just been crazy. But like I said, I'm feeling great after this vacation. So I think we're gonna go live on Monday. You'll know because I'll make a event for it. So just be sure to look out for that. Other than that, hope you guys had an amazing week, and I hope you guys finish off this week feeling amazing, feeling great, because I am. You feel me? I'm about to have a great week. Why? Because I said so. You feel me? It don't matter. We're gonna make it a great week. But thank y'all for being tuned in. Hit the like button if you haven't done it. Thank you guys for real for all you guys who've been sharing the videos, sharing the music. Like the channel's almost it's like 40,000 views. It's crazy. Thank you guys so much for that. Other than that, I have videos lined up for like the next 3-4 days. So be sure to check the page if you don't see the notifications. They will be there. Am I missing anything? I think I'm not. So, had a great time with you guys. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. It's your boy SB. Make sure to leave no comments out. Nope, got all the comments for sure. That means I can go. Wait, we got one more. Who's that? Pat the Gamer said. What do you say? CSB. All right, Pat. Thank you, everybody who tuned in for the live tonight. Y'all have a great night. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. It's your boy SB. Let's go. Hold on, I gotta click the end the broadcast because I didn't click it and I thought I clicked it. Where's it at? Where's the button there? Oh, there it is. All right, y'all.